All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are back. No, man, let's go. Look at our Knicks, man. You see it? Let's go. Pew, 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 pew. He's out here in these streets. They ain't ready. Look at our Knicks. Come on now. They ain't ready. Out here taking names, baby. Look at our Knicks. Let's go. Woo wee, we out here. Let's go, Nick family. We are doing the damn thing. Our Knicks is looking great out here, folks. You see it. Forget them Sixers. Forget them. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's probably it's a mix of a happy storm. Sixers didn't really have it, and the Knicks made sure they didn't have it. You know what I mean? Let's go. I'm loving it, man. It's a beautiful thing, bro. Beautiful thing. Oh man, I can't say how happy I am to watch these Knicks. And they got my guy. I'm finally happy, man. OG's here. Woo wee. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. It's been 1 week. 1 week to the day, guys, since the trade got announced, dropped on a Saturday. And let me tell you, from Saturday to Saturday, OG has made a big difference for this team. Oh, wait, let me change that around because they don't sponsor me. I'm getting hip to the game. No free promotion, even though it doesn't matter. You're still going to see it. You know who it is. Yeah, man. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm really happy to be a Knicks fan right now. You know, listen, I deserve it. That's it. I said it. I deserve it. I've been a Knicks fan since the early 90s. I've seen a lot. I deserve it. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. Shout out to all y'all. Mad love. Happy Saturday once again. Let me see what we dealing with. You guys know there's some stuff brewing out here in these weather streets. So I don't know, man. They what they said today on the East Coast in the New York area, it's a high of 39. It's 36 degrees right now. It's going to start raining by 3 p.m. and rain all night. Apparently, at some point, it's going to change over to snow, but it's going to be a snow slushy mix. That's nasty. I'd rather just give me one or the other. Give me the rain, okay, or give me the snow. Don't give me the both. Don't want to see the both. But we get into both. And tomorrow it looks like it's straight snow, even though the temperature is still the same. So I don't know how that works, but I don't know, man. Everything's been kind of different. Even when we're getting snow, it's not like really cold. So they can't even say you getting straight snow because the weather's just been so mild on the East Coast for the past few years, man. It's just different. El Nino came in and wreaked havoc. Take that. Take that, I said. El Nino. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. But either way, even though it might not be all rain, might not be all snow, that rain, snow, slushy mix can be dangerous. So if you got to travel, be safe out there in them roads. And if you don't have to travel, get what you got to get, stock up, stay home with the fam, do something, watch some movies, watch watch some Knicks today and whatever sports you're into tomorrow. If you like watching football, do something and just relax. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be nasty out there. As you can see, morning cup of Joe or Joanne, however you want to call it. Today I went very foofy. This is a peppermint white mocha. Don't judge me, okay? I know some people not big fans of peppermint. There's some people who love peppermint, others who don't. It is what it is, okay? I'm rocking with it. All right, let me say what's up to the chat. I hope the chat gets bigger. And if it does, I will apologize ahead of time if I can't get to everybody. But right now, let me see if I can shout out a lot of y'all. Walter Blackman is in the building. Oh, and let me make sure. Okay, cool. Let me do this. Let me put this invite out there. And thank you to everybody who is joining me today on Facebook. Appreciate you. Shout out to y'all. Also, thank you to anybody who may be tuning in on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in on Instagram. Now, the Instagram people, just want to let you know right now, the show is only going to stay up for about an hour on Instagram. You know how Instagram does with their rules and stuff. So please come on over to YouTube. If you've tuned in on Instagram, you know, this is my first time actually streaming on Instagram. So, you know, please, if you do see it and you want to see the whole show, come on over to YouTube and join the bunch over here. All right. So let's see. Okay. So once again, shout out to Walter Blackman. What's good, Walter? Good morning. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing, well. Yeah, I'm trying to stay warm, as warm as can be. Hope you are as well. Dwayne Dennis in the building. Salute. My guy Double A is in the building. He will be joining us shortly on the show. Maddox is in the building. Salute. What's good? Brooklyn Butch is here. Salute. Appreciate you. Animal Lex is in the building. Salute, Animal. Hey, Margaret Edwards is in the building. Salute, Margaret. How you doing? She said, I like our current team. I want to see how it goes. Yeah, I'm with you. Building Blocks is in the building. Salute. I'm not a Deuce fan, but his early scoring was the ignition to our running over the Sixers last night. True story. They couldn't account for Deuce because they didn't respect Deuce. So that's you make a very good point there, Building Blocks. Corey Lee, what's good, Corey? Appreciate you. That's one half of the 718 boys on Blorange Tears on Sundays at 10 a.m., folks. Please check out my guy, Corey Lee, and my guy, the Boulevard Bully in the building. Well, he's not in the building right now, but, he's always in the building in my boat. Shout out to Andy in the building, and maybe literally in the building. Shout out to Knicks on Nice. Pudge, what's good, bro? Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. iHeart deserves it. I agree with you too. And we're going to talk about that in a way too, because I've seen a lot of people starting to offer or come up with trade offers or trade scenarios to move iHeart so we don't lose him for nothing. I got bad news for y'all. We're going to have to lose iHeart for nothing or pay this man. We cannot afford to trade iHeart. Not right now, not the way the Knicks are going, and not the way Tom Thibodeau's offensive and defensive system works with regards to a center. Yeah, we just can't do it. Sometimes you want to make sure you get something for a player that may walk. In other cases, you can't. Your hands are tied. You can't do it. The guy's too valuable to your team. You can't afford to trade him. I don't care what you get back for iHeart. It ain't gonna be worth his value that he's given to the Knicks. Oh, and give me 1 second, guys. Let me just switch this. I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi off and make sure I'm wired here. So if the video goes away real quick, don't get alarmed. It'll come right back. Hey. Okay. I mean, I think that was long enough for it to readjust itself. Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute. What's good, Kerry? Old Soul Chief in the building. What's good, brother? Appreciate you. Inside Source is here. Salute, Inside Source. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. My guy, what up, twin? Kareem Grant is in the building. What's good, brother? Hope you and the family's doing well, as always. JJ, my fellow Knick fan / Met fan who understands my pain. What's good, JJ? Hope you're doing well, brother. Did I already say? No, I don't think I did. Big Task at Hand is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Happy Saturday. Let's see. Hey, my guy Hinton Murphy is in the building. What's good, Hinton? Good to see you, brother. Let me get through this, and I really should have did tea. You guys know I already learned that coffee and my voice doing this show, this doesn't mix sometimes. I'm still doing it though, because I gotta have it, man. Okay. All right. Let me see. Poppy Zeph in the building. This is a new name. Cheers from. Oh, that's why. Cheers from France. Okay. All right, my fellow Frenchman. Let me tell you something. It's always a pleasure to have a fellow Frenchman here. And I say Frenchman because I love French fries. So I feel like I'm a part of the culture. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe not. All right. That's a bad joke, but it's my joke. All right. Just work with it. Like I said, peppermint mocha. Don't judge me. All right. Paris Douglas says, "Yeah, man, that's a fact. Things is out there moving in these streets again. So it is what it is. Don't be late to the party. Don't let them tell you about it later, and then you're like, what? What happened? No, be precautious. Take care of yourselves, you and your families. Um, let's see. Wiz BKLA in the building. He says, Dejounte will be a Knickerbocker during your show today. Well, normally I would say because he's on their radar and, now it's the time that you can trade for him. I would think that that's a possibility. But I got to tell you, wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks kind of want to just wait and see. There's no rush. I mean, except the fact that somebody else could sneak in. But I think the Knicks kind of want to see how this lineup does for a little while longer. Does Deuce continue to grow? Does he continue to get more comfortable with his jump shot? Do the other guys continue to step up? Does Donte continue to shoot the lights out the way he's been shooting before you make a Dejounte move? Because here's the thing. If the Knicks continue to play really good defense with the help of OG and what iHart's doing, maybe you say to yourself, maybe I don't need a Dejounte. Maybe now I want the Donovan Mitchell because I don't need that extra defense. You gotta let it play out and see how it all. But I think the Knicks, I don't know if they do it today or something like that. That'd be great. But I think they might want to wait and see how this team. I mean, we're clicking right now, so they might want to just see what's going on. Our future media in the building talking about that global one and my guy El Nino. Ever since El Nino came up on the scene, he's been wreaking havoc. Like I said, I don't know how many years it's been, but it's never been the same since he arrived. He said, "Look, I'm here, people." Yankees fan forever. I'm not going to hold that against you. You're probably a good person. He said, since Leon took over, Knicks are trending up. You know what? That's true. That's fair. That's true. We get on Leon for a lot of stuff. But as long as he continues to get the job done, he don't move on our time schedule. He moves on his own time schedule. But once it starts to happen, we got to rock with it. So shout out to you. Craig, not Greg. Craig is in the building. He said, and salute to you. He said, let's not forget what RJ did for us in the playoffs when Randall turned into the invisible man. That's facts. Listen, I think we all appreciate RJ for his time here. We just wanted more from him. We needed more, and we hoped the fit would be better going, overall with the team. And it just didn't turn out that way. A couple more. Let me get my guys in here in a second. Shout out to Shy Powers. Let's get it. What's good, Shy Powers? Another half duo, one half of the Knicks Real Talk with Divine. Please salute to him and Divine and their show. Yeah, this coffee. I'm gonna have to kind of drink this down and get some water, man. You know how I get. As the queen likes to say, my affliction. Well, her memory is her affliction. My affliction is this coffee and how it gets me all freaking, congested when I'm trying to talk. It's annoying. And I love coffee, man. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Wonder Woman. What's good, Wonder Woman? Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Always good to see you. Let's see. Diana Sanchez. Hey. Blast from the past. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You and the family. I know that Texas life must be treating you guys well, man. Definitely always good to see you. And tell the family I said hello. All right. Let's see. Julian Blum is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Castle King Raul is in the building. Rule? Castle King Rule. Raul. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna keep working at it, brother. If you haven't checked out the Organic Fanatics podcast, I don't know what you guys have been doing. Please check them out. Castle King is one of the hosts of that show, along with his family members. They do a really great job. It's a really fun, a spirited conversation. So you definitely won't be bored. Let me tell you that. Artifact is in the building. Salute, Artifact. What's good? I hope you're doing well. Knicks are nice once again. Appreciate you, bro. Julu Caesar in the building. Salute. What's good? And I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. And there you go. The Organic Fanatics Show. There you go. Please support them on YouTube, guys. Jam and Jet is in the building. Salute. What's good? My guy, Phil Porto, 1/4 of the Knicks Morning Brew crew. Shout out to you, my guy, Phil. Appreciate you, man. Congratulations once again on your interview the other day. On SNY, I believe it was. Appreciate you, man. Keep glowing and growing, as I always say, man. I'm loving what's happening in our Knicks community, and we got to continue to big each other up and keep supporting, man. Better things ahead. 2024. This is our year, the Knicks community's year. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. What's good, Travel Vibes? Appreciate you. All right, I'm almost through it. I'm almost through it, guys. David Smith is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Yeah, you know it. You know all the days we used to chill, man. That's growing up life, man. We all adults now with priorities and families and stuff, but I think we did all right for ourselves. Sharice Duncan is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Okay. Allah Wise is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. My guy, Mega NYK, my brother. What's good? Hope you're doing well, bro. All right. I got through it, guys. Some people said it couldn't be done. I showed them. All right. So let's do this. Normally I go on my whole little run and I get my topics out, or not get my thoughts out real quick before I start bringing people in. But I want to just get people in here earlier today. So I got 3 guys waiting backstage. I can't wait to start chopping it up with them. We got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of stuff on the docket for today, folks. But before we do that, you know what time it is. Let's hit the intro. That's for Wiz. That's directly for Wiz.
Oh man, that was so.
Let's go.
I should have turned my camera. I should have looked away. I can't unsee that terrible dance moves. Greetings, my brother.
What's going on, Wiz? How you doing, bro?
As president and CEO of the Deuce Hive, I'm doing quite well. I must say. Yes.
I know you're happy, bro.
Oh yeah. I got receipts. I just got receipts.
Yeah.
All I got. I got receipts, and all my Deuce haters, all my Deuce doubters. That's all I gotta say. But I don't know why you would talk to me first. I got Andy.
Oh no, don't worry. Everybody's gonna get that go, man.
Oh, he's saving the best for last. I went first. Got the worst is first, the best is last. I got you. Okay,
yeah. Age before beauty is what they say, right?
Yo, man. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Just recommend the superstars. AA and Andy.
Yes. Double A, what's good, my brother? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's good.
Happy New Year to you, brother.
Once again, brother, you know how we do.
Happy New Year, Andy. Wiz.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look at our boys, huh? They're bringing in the new year with a bang, baby. This is Dave DeBuscher type move. That OG move. It was a Dave DeBuscher type move for you old schoolers like me. The man just brings intelligent basketball to this team, and he just was a piece that just made the puzzle. Just all the pieces just interchanged. Man. We smacked the Sixers. High power.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I just want to say it's a beautiful thing, man. I love it when you go into a game thinking, you know what, this is a good test, another good test for the Knicks. Let's see what they do. Do you feel like they're gonna win or lose? And they come out and they smack them. Oh my God. You don't know the feeling that makes me. Oh, I feel so good inside. It's like a warm feeling. I know the Knicks themselves must be like, yeah, you see, that's what we try to tell y'all. I feel bad for RJ because he can't be here to be a part of this. But hey, man, OG is we're gonna get into. Y'all don't understand how important OG is. Not OJ. He's not important at all.
OJ.
It's the wrong person. Don't put him on the docket. Andy, what's good, bro?
What up, Ron? What up, Double A, Wiz? Of course, happy to be on with
Happy
you
New
guys.
Year to you once again, Andy. And Andy is special, guys, because Andy is one of the few people that got to ring in the new year before us. He was already wishing everybody a happy new year. I'm like, damn it, Andy.
Yeah, I was like wishing you like see you in 2024 in a couple of hours. So yeah, but Ron, like you said, it was fantastic to watch these 3 last games, especially after the trade. And we're gonna probably deep dive into it in a moment, so I'll wait there.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Listen, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. It costs you nothing. It hurts nobody. It makes everybody feel good, especially me. And if you don't know what it looks like, I mean, it looks a little something like this. Yes. Thank you. Once again, if anybody, hey, salute to my guy Jose. I see you on Insta. Appreciate you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to get back to chopping it up with you and John on Monday for SKF. Happy New Year to you once again, my brother. And shout out to my guy Legend in 2 Games, who has also been on the show. We got to get you back on the show, bro. And Omigarid 536 it was jumped in and is viewing on Instagram as well. Salute to you guys, and anybody whoever else might be tuned into Instagram. If you're over there, please come over to the YouTube channel, because once again, Instagram is only up for an hour due to their policies and stuff, so you're only going to see a portion of the show. But thank you for tuning in. And also, once again, thanks to everybody who might be tuning in on Facebook. Shout out to my peoples, Diana, once again. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man. So really good stuff. Sherwin is in the building. Salute, Sherwin. Drip Moore, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community, is in the building. Let's go. Salute. And what up, Space Ghost? I see you. All right. Oh boy. All right, so where do we start? Oh man, where do we start? Like, I'm gonna table the Mitch versus Hartenstein thing for a little bit, because that's gonna be a deep conversation. It's gonna be a deep dive. I got some numbers, man. I've been cleaning the glass, if you will. I got some numbers, so we'll take a look at it and we'll talk about it. But to start off, I think, and this is why I went to Wiz first, right? To start off, I think we should probably touch on and shout out to Andy, because I'm changing a banner I have here, and the person's name in the banner made me think of Andy because he posted something that I thought was crazy. And that just shows you, that goes back to the G League is a wild place, man. The G League is just a wild place. Andy, you want to tell everybody what you posted in our group chat? That was just one of the wildest stats I've ever seen from a former Knick player in the G League.
Yeah, well, you know, Dylan Windler, he had a game when he recorded 30 rebounds, and he's not a center, he's a wing, and even a shooting guard if you would bring him up to the big leagues, right? So 30 rebounds by himself is something you rarely see.
That's
Unless
nuts.
you are Jokic or whatever.
That's nuts. That just, I mean, that to me, like, I understand that the G League is a developmental league. You know what I mean? It keeps guys ready. It gives guys opportunities that, you know, without it would not have them. They'd have to go overseas and play. But I mean, come on, guys. If Dylan Windler is getting 30 boards, like, what are we doing? Like, come on. I mean, I'm just no offense to him, but like certain things should not be happening. But whatever. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I thought it was the wildest thing ever. I was like, what? Okay. It's almost like I think Jimmer Fredette put up like 60 or what. I don't know. Whatever. It's wild stuff, man. I don't know. This crazy stuff. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. But I got to put this up for my guy. And actually, it's for Andy too. Andy's a big fan. I don't know if you look, but if you just kind of peek over that left shoulder, kind of shows you where we're going. Listen. The deuce is loose. You know, I've said, and I don't get me wrong. Let me just preface this by saying, Deuce, if you watch his game and like, not only mean study him, but if you just look at his opportunities, right? He has probably gotten the least amount of opportunity of any of our Knicks players. Even Jericho Sims probably got a little bit more love than Deuce has gotten in his time here. There has been points where obviously Deuce is filled in because we've had injuries. There was a point where there was not extensive garbage time. It was a couple years ago when Julius Randle was hurt. Remember that time when he was hurt and Obi got to start all those games towards the end of the stretch. We was waiting for our draft pick and all that stuff. And Deuce played during that time too. But Deuce has never really gotten a lot of time. You know, Thibodeau has stayed giving Deuce 1 minute, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Like he stayed giving Deuce that type of opportunity. So when Deuce has come in, it's been very tough. And I think that's a lot of fans are kind of a little too judgmental when it comes to Deuce. They don't understand that it's really hard to get any type of fluidity in your game if you don't get consistent minutes. And then let me explain something else to you. There's different types of people, right? I'm the type of person, I'm only speaking for myself. I'm the type of person where I got to do something, especially if it's something new. I got to do it, get my hands on it, start learning it on the fly to really get it down. You can tell me all types of stuff. Hey, Ron, you got to do this. You got to do this. It's really easy. It's not too bad. You got to hit that, go around the corner and then hit. Have I done it? No. When I do it, that's when it becomes easy.
Oh,
You telling me about it don't mean nothing. Let me see myself doing it and then I get it, right? Sometimes when it comes to an athlete, some players get things quick. Some people are, you know, there's the naturally talented players that it's nothing for them, right? Then you got the other players that are a little less talented, but they get things quick once they understand it. Then you got other players that need the repetition. Like they got the talent. They just need to get the confidence built up and understand how their role, how they fit in their role. Deuce is one of those guys. He's the third of that scenario that I'm giving you. He needs the time to be out there running around, doing things, feeling comfortable taking shots, understanding that his teammates see the shot go down. Now they believe in him, making the right passes, moving the ball, working on his handle. Because the one thing about Deuce that can't change, that can't be fixed, at least, I mean, he can make it a little better, but it is what it is with Deuce. Deuce still has a bad first step. Okay. It's just one of those things that followed him, you know, into the league. That was one of the reasons why his draft, you know, positioning was so low because he didn't have a good first step. You know, you got to be able, as a point guard, you got to be able to break down defense, get to the rim, dribble, drive, and dish. You know, the 3 Ds. I love to bring that up. And Deuce has had a little bit of a problem with that. Some people get a little confused because they saw what he did in the summer league, or they get confused because they look at the G League. I just told you, Andy just said it. Dylan Windler had 30 rebounds. You cannot look at the G League as a barometer for how good a player is. Wild stuff happens in that G League. Okay, they don't play a lot of defense. when we had that guy, I forgot his name. There was the center guy that we got. He was not power forward he was 6'10" from San Antonio. That he never really got a shot with the Knicks. He got hurt, and then we had to get him up out of here. He got hurt in the G League.
Yeah,
I forgot his name, but he was dunking all over the place, going coast to coast, going straight down the middle. I'm like, what is this? What type of defense are they playing in the G League? So all I'm saying, I don't want to take anything away from Deuce. It's good. It was good experience for him, but the G League defense is kind of suspect. So when it comes to the NBA, the game speed and everything, Deuce needs time. He needs time, and he has to figure out smart ways to do things. Thankfully for him, this Knicks system with all these picks that the centers and another big set for the guards is perfect for Deuce, because that gets you a spot, gets you a little lane to kind of get to the rim when you don't have that good first step. So that being said, Deuce did look good yesterday, man. I was happy that he came out confident. He that shot was flying. I knew that just you got to give him a little time. I said give Deuce 10 games. Let's see what he got. And I think that that's still range too, because he might be good. Yesterday, tonight he might stink it up, but you give him 10 games to get comfortable. Wiz, your thoughts on your boy? The Deuce is loose.
First of all, I'm gonna have to come over there and slap your dance moves off of you for bringing up the fact that G League stat, because yes, it goes without saying, G League is a few steps above the YMCA. It's a few steps below the NBA. We know that. However, talent is talent and skill is skill. I'm gonna go. One other thing I want to smack you about, that first step fallacy. You know what we need in the NBA? You need to be tall. You know what you need to be in the NBA? You need to be athletic. I could go through a list of things that I'm going to go, yeah, for all that stuff that you need in NBA, one guy has none of them. His name is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson doesn't have a great first step. He has ability to make you think he does, because he throws your body off where you don't react to his step. Jalen Brunson is short, relatively speaking, for the NBA. Jalen Brunson is not very athletic, relatively speaking, for the NBA. Jalen Brunson is actually not even that lean. Nikola Jokic is definitely not athletic looking, or maybe athletic at all. I'm just saying that there's certain things you go missing. But man, he's the NBA MVP. Man, he's the best point guard the Knicks have had since, in my opinion, Walt Clyde Frazier. Okay, I'm talking about he's better than Stephen Marbury, Mark Jackson. I mean, name the guys. So I'm saying that one thing that people talk about with my grandson, Deuce McBride, is that first step. But people didn't talk about that. People talked about he can't shoot. This guy can't shoot. I heard so much shooting slander about Deuce. I go, oh yeah, that was in the G League. That was in college. Logo shots are logo shots anywhere in the world. Even in Europe, right, Andy? A logo shot is a logo shot. Yes, maybe you're more open in certain areas. Maybe at the end, I played with NBA players at West 4th Street, and when they come, I'm like, why are you on the bench? Why don't you get in that Gatorade commercial? Because, yes, against the average guy, against not that high-level competition, you get some shots and some looks that you normally wouldn't get, almost like basically in practice. So I do understand that. However, Deuce McBride has shown in every part, in every level, even in NBA games, he's shown he has it. In fact, he's shown he has it as much as RJ did. And RJ got 80 games a year for 4 years, saying, oh yeah, it's going to come. And Deuce has gotten 80 seconds a game for 2 years and go, why does he have it yet? Why isn't he ready? How come he walks on the court and he's not taking advantage of that 30-second, end of the second half, 30 seconds. Yep. Yeah, he's not an NBA player because he's not taking the opportunity he's had. At 30 seconds in the second half, why did he hit that basket? Why did he make that pass? Anyway, I'm just saying, I got receipts. And I'm ready to call out people in the next few days when Deuce starts to do his thing. I'm very happy. So it wasn't a rant of dismay, it's a rant of happiness and joy because my boy Deuce has shown that he is loose at those 4 straight 3-pointers in that first half, and again pulled right afterwards while Grimes was bricking it in the first half, and so was Hart. Is my Tibbs. I'm hunting Tibbs down. I'm going to shave that. I'm going to shave his head. I'm going to clean that head up for him. That's what's holding him back from letting my boy Deuce run 2 more minutes to see if he could have gone 8 for 8. Because at the rate he was going, he was on pace for 96 points in a 36-minute game that day. Just let him loose. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Okay, Wiz. Double A. I'm gonna get over to Andy because Andy's also a really big Deuce fan.
No worries, man. No worries.
Not as crazy as Wiz because Wiz is wild with it. But before I do that, let me just say I'm sorry, Wiz.
Hey, Wiz. Didn't I dunk on you?
Oh,
West 4th Street, one of them games. Was that you?
I never got dunked actually, but I remember a couple of guys I blocked the ball over the fence onto 6th Avenue once.
Yeah, okay. Now, I mean, the nighttime dreams are coming into reality, guys.
That actually happened. They were not good players though. They were not good players. They just challenged me, and I was like 6'2", and they were like 5'8", and this kid tried to drive at me. I just swung like I was hitting a volleyball, lob. Boom! It just went over the fence. It was straight.
Boy.
Right, go ahead,
sorry to hear that. Anyway, shout out to Kent Guerriere. What up, Kent? Okay, so this is okay. All right, that's you. Okay, aka Kent the Haitian. What's good, Kent? All right, appreciate you, my brother. Good to see you as always. So before I get over to Andy, I just want to say I'm sorry, Wiz. I know you love Deuce. I know you're sick and tired of the narrative about his first step. That first step is not good, my friend. And you want to talk about people talking about the narrative of him not shooting well. Part of the reason why he's not shooting well is because he doesn't get the separation with that first step. So people don't respect it. They play up on him because they don't think that he's going to go past them. Just saying. Sorry, I hate to be the guy, but that is it's very truthful when it comes to Deuce. Look, there's a reason why Tom Thibodeau never felt comfortable giving Deuce a lot of minutes when there's other guys who can do the same role. Like Deuce should have had an opportunity to do more out there for a few years now, but he doesn't look as comfortable manning the offense. He doesn't look as comfortable breaking down the defense, getting to the spots. If Deuce would be able to take his guy off the dribble, get to the rim, he keeps everybody honest. He also opens up a lane for somebody else to be open for a jump shot, and people will play off of him a little bit to give him enough room to knock it down. It all plays into his confidence, yes, but you need that goes back to that first step and breaking somebody down off the dribble. And with regards to Brunson, you might say his first step, you don't think it's that good. Let me tell you something. Jalen Brunson has some of the best footwork in the league. Okay. And that it's a combination of the footwork, how he disguises his movements and his dribbling. So altogether, even if it's not just about sheer quickness, that movement that he does opens him up and allows him to get to the rim whenever he wants to. That being said, I hear what you're saying though. Andy, your thoughts, my brother.
Oh, finally, Wiz was taking so long, I almost forgot my points. But Ron, just to continue this Deuce's loose topic, I'm not expecting Deuce to shoot 4 for 4 in the first quarter in the next couple of games in a row. Let's keep that in mind, right? But that being said, like you said, his first step, not perfect, not the best in the NBA and stuff like that. His creation one-on-one, not the best in the NBA, not the best on the Knicks. Yet again, he can play and run an offense. It depends how the offense is built. He can run a play. He doesn't have to shoot or score on a possession. We see point guards, Hall of Fame point guards, that couldn't be anyone in the first step. So, and that being said, I'm not saying that Deuce is going to be Hall of Fame. He's already on my wall, but I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But listen, this is the thing that I'm saying for years now. It only depends on the opportunity you get. We see it happen with the rest of the Knicks, and it's not only about Deuce. We saw Grimes had the opportunity to shoot, and he made buckets. In the first half, like you said, he bricked them all. In the second half, in the fourth quarter, he scored like 16, 18 in a row points for himself, like literally without missing a hoop, right? The first game after the trade, I think Divincenzo scored like 38 or something. So this is a team game. What we got to remember, it's not one guy off the bench. It's still a 5-on-5 game. When we had Quickly, he dribbled, took a shot, a good shot, a bad shot, mostly bad shots, as in my opinion. That's where this, trade comes in, and now we are sharing the ball. And fans are going to go at me, throw potatoes. I don't care. You were saying and telling me that Quickly was having high assist games. He was a great defender. After the trade, the Knicks switched it up from the last and worst team in defense to the best team on defense. It's a small sample size, but we're not going to, drop that 4 through 30 plays when we were with Quickly. I bet you that most Knicks fans are surprised and love how the Knicks offense looked since the trade. The ball was moving. I knew that the first game that OG had with us, and he scored 16, 17 points. He looked fabulous because he didn't know the offense. Tibbs' offense is putting guys in the corners. He didn't know what to do, so he cut to the hoop and he got open on those plays. Going further, I think he's going to get held back with that aspect, but maybe Tibbs is going to adjust it a little bit. We saw from the beginning of the season that last year we didn't have a guy like Divincenzo that wasn't cutting to the hoop. Divincenzo cuts to the hoop, and he gets those easy layups and baskets from passes off of IHart and stuff like that. So listen, this is an easy thing for me. I think trading both RJ and Quickly made opportunities for the rest of the guys on the roster, mainly for McBride because he wasn't getting any rotation minutes. The rest of the guys are just going to get more scoring options.
Nicely put.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think this was a no-brainer, and we're going to continue to see the benefits of it. And also don't get it twisted, guys. You know how everything works. Everything good in life. This is the honeymoon period. It's going to come a time where it just doesn't look quite right out there on a given night, but that's okay. For the most part, you see the benefits of getting this trade and how it's opened up more opportunities, obviously, for Deuce to get the time and the ability to kind of see what he's got. It's also helping Grimes to give Grimes, more playing time. He doesn't have to worry about other people ahead of him. So it's definitely gonna. I think this trade is gonna benefit the Knicks. Now, if we wind up trading for somebody else, that's might be a little bit of a deterrent once again. So that's why I'm saying I think the front office might want to give this team some games just to see how they look so they can better understand what they need right now, because now we're in a good position. Things are looking good. Shout out to
just flag
go ahead, Wiz.
Andy said when OG came, because he's not conforming, he didn't conform right away to the stand in the corner and he started cutting. Flag that for later on, because that comes up with IHart and other things later on. The Tibbs mentality on offense, that's a big factor on all of our players, I think. So go ahead, sorry. I just want to flag
Okay,
that.
no, that's cool. Shout out to my guy. I believe this is Hard Will for the love of the game. But salute to Hard Will and Worldwide L. Appreciate both y'all, man. If y'all haven't checked out For the Love of the Game, please do show them some love. as you can see it right there, the number 4 OUR, love of the game. Please show them some love, man. Thank you. And shout out to Glamour Knicks. I see you, Glamour Knicks. Appreciate you as always. Hey, Chef NYK is in the building. Salute. Nick D is in the building. Glamour Knicks is here. Like I said, looking good, doing it is here. D Cooler 718 in the building. Appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all. Morning Brew Sports Network. You see it. Hey, man, listen. Please continue to support and show them love, man. They're doing great things over there. All right. Long Island Sound. I see you, Jay from PR. Appreciate you. My guy, Double A. What's your thoughts on Deuce? I know Deuce is he's still gotta grow on a lot of people. How you feel about him?
Well, we haven't had but a sample size, so we can't really make a determination. I don't think we can't go by last night's game and say, wow, he's gonna be all right. What we got to understand is, look, if we bring somebody on, what's that going to affect? Because as Isaiah is showing us that we need to do what we have to keep him, especially with Mitch coming back off of injury, that injury that he's got, that is going to be a big question mark, how long it's going to take for him to recover, because we know the seriousness of that type of injury for a guy that his size. But what I'm saying is, look, all we need Deuce to do is give Jalen a blow, because come playoff time, man, Jalen ain't going to be on the dime for so long. But the question is, can Grimes, and between Grimes and Deuce and Hart, can they produce that scoring we lost when we lost quickly? Because we lost, everybody saying, quickly was a big part. I'd rather have that scoring spread out between 3 guys. So we're counting on 3 guys to score versus 1 guy. So it makes a lot of sense for us, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is we have to determine what are we going to do, because it looks really good, man. Donte looks really good as a starting shooting guard. Come on, what more do we need out of our starting shooting guard? The thing is we have to, whatever we do, whatever moves we make has to affect us keeping OG and Isaiah, to me. Those 2 key guys we have to keep. Whatever we got to do, we got to keep those 2 guys at the end of the season.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I think this is a really good opportunity for Deuce. He's got to take advantage of it. Come playoff time, you're right. Thibodeau's going to go crazy with his rotation. It's going to be 6 men out there. No, I mean, but he's definitely going to, he's going to streamline everything. But I hope Deuce makes it tough for him, because really, listen, if we get the best of Deuce, Thibodeau's going to play him, because the best of Deuce would be so good. I mean, it would be confidence on the offensive side, being able to maneuver out there on the court. But the defensive side of Deuce, Thibodeau's like, yeah, I could use this in the playoffs. I'm just saying, like, if we get the best of Deuce,
right. We don't need him to be, Allen Iverson, man.
Right,
for 10 minutes, 10 minutes. We just need him to hold it down, play good defense, which we know he can do. Okay, and then run the offense. But I mean, in a pinch, we got Donte, who could run the second unit, the point at the second unit if we need him to. So that should be affecting the mind trust thought process on this trade, because, man, bringing in somebody like Donovan or even Murray is going to shake it up. It's going to limit us in our payroll, And I just think it's really, really, really important that we keep Isaiah.
No, what I'm saying about Deuce, the benefit of Deuce. Deuce, again, I'm not delusional. I mean, I'm a little hyperbole when I talk about him. But what I like about Deuce is he will stop those runs when another team is having an offensive, or he'll help stop it like OG does. If he comes in there, and if we get Murray and OG, and we have IHart back there, that's going to slow some runs down when the team starts to get hot. But the great thing is that it won't just be a guy to slow down the run. Because the guy's going to come back the other way and hit a 3. And when he starts to show his little, moves to the basket and get inside, and hopefully it's the footwork. I mean, I know it's footwork with Brunson. He gets some of that, reel it together, and he starts to play like, I want to use an example like Grimes. You saw Grimes' highlight film from high school? Grimes looked like Jordan-esque. the confidence to play that freely, which I think comes back to what Andy said about OG. OG disrupted Tibbs' offense because he didn't think standing there in the corner was productive, and he started cutting. And that's not Tibbs' offense. And or maybe it is, and the other guys weren't doing it. But he wasn't doing like Obi and Grimes did and just stood there, just waiting for the ball. I mean, he did it this last game, but the first game he didn't. And that's what you saw. What is going on? The movement, the inside passing, it was ridiculously different. Because I think OG broke the Tibbs mold of standing in the corner and created all these opportunities that these guys went off on that first game he came back. IHart is a perfect example. Because yesterday, IHart, 2 occasions, foul line, had the ball, no more than 10 feet, and he's looking, where's Randall? Where's Brunson? And I'm like, what mentality does a ball player have where he stands there with a shot that he hits automatically right from the foul line with no one around him, basically a foul shot, and just desperately looking for somebody else? It has to be ingrained by the coach to move the ball to Randall or Brunson or whatever. He didn't even he didn't look at the basket at all in those 2 occasions. I mean, not even look at it. I mean, NBA, man, these are guys who grew up. They didn't grow up saying, I'm going to stand back, except Manute Bol. I want to block shots. I want to block just the rebound. Even Dennis Arbiter to a certain extent, who think rebound and blocks, I'm not looking to score. These guys were probably the top scorers in their high school and any of the other level of play they had. They were looking at that basket. The first opportunity they get, and they don't have the basket, they would pass the ball unless your name was RJ, Barrett. Then you think the basket's there. I don't know how many guys in front of me, but I can see it still. Let me go for it, even if there's a 7'2" Lopez in front of me. So I'm just saying it's a little Tibbs issue that doesn't let these guys. But I'm looking forward to Deuce shutting down a run when these guys are going off, whether it's Philadelphia or anybody, and then not just helping on defense, responding on offense. So those guys have to do the work on offense as well. But unfortunately, Brunson will take the charge. He'll play some lanes because he's really smart, but he won't get those hands, that wingspan that Deuce has, that footwork to move around, and the defensive IQ to be there, and athleticism. Deuce is athletic, by the way. That's how athletic he is, to defend those guys who are going to be taking some runs where we may have an 8-point lead, and they suddenly cut it to 6, even to 2 with a 6-point run, and we go, we got to stop this. Timeout. Deuce, get in there. And that just stop the guys. He's going to put up a couple 3-pointers, and then once he starts to get comfortable, he's going to pump fake that 3 and drop to lane and slam. He's going to. I'm guaranteed Deuce will posterize somebody with the next 3 games. He will posterize somebody. And that sounds like
all right. Okay. Somebody take the mic away from Wiz. I was letting you go, but nah, man. Listen, hey, if he does it, he does it. I don't want to put that on the young homie. But maybe, you never know. You never know. I hear you though, Wiz. And listen, let me give you, and this is not to slight you in any way. Wiz just had one of the best takes I've ever heard Wiz have. Only because I haven't really heard anybody else mentioning that so far in this young time of OG being with the Knicks. OG, you're right. He's not just sitting in the corner because he comes from a system where they move the ball. So being relegated to the corner, he's just not used to that. He will go to the corner, but he knows that he needs to move around because that's what he's used to in the offense that he's been a part of. And it does work a lot better for the Knicks. It does put Thibodeau in the situations like, oh man, I got to figure out ways to make this work because then it's going to look crazy. He cuts to the basket and we're not prepared to give him the ball. You gotta go with that. It's a better style of play.
It helps having Divincenzo too, being able to do the same thing. They're pretty much interchangeable, where they both can hit that 3 in the corner. So you got to play on both of them. That's why, man, this is just a perfect fit, man. I'm looking for greater things from OG once he gets settled in. I mean, he's doing all this, on the fly, man. With not really getting any plays run for him or anything. So
Right.
You want not
100%,
to
man.
indictment? You know what IQ said yesterday?
What'd he
IQ
say?
in an interview after put up 20 points, 26 and 5. In the interview, said in the first half he wasn't quite feeling right. The coach kid just said, "Go out there and have some fun, man. Let's have fun." He goes, he's never heard that from a coach. That kind of looseness that you got to play with, where you just play basketball, not uptight and worried about, oh, what am I doing? Am I doing it right? That is so key, and that's why I hope OG does not fall into the trap of listening to everything Tibbs says. Tibbs got a lot of valuable information, but Tibbs does have the possibility of, again, I'm thinking Obi said it, Grimes said it. That's why I feel almost bad for Grimes for speaking out loud to the media. He shouldn't have said it to the media. I think iHeart showing it. I think lots of players show it. There's a little voice in their head, a little Thibodeau with a comb over going, no, don't do that. That's too risky. Play conservative. Stop that. And then they look over the sideline. He's right there standing up, staring at them. Don't you dare put the door behind the back pass. And, I'm just saying, that's what I feel. And I've seen coaches like that. I have favorite coaches like that. And I'm like, even boot camp, I was a kid in boot camp who goes, what's the rule? It's going to get broken. Thank you very much. I can't do that.
Wiz, I'm happy you brought up the IQ interview, because I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I think IQ, when he was on the Knicks, this and previous season, he was the guy that had the greenest light on the team.
Yeah.
And he is, I don't know what word would be perfectly used here, but he dares to say that he never had a coach that told him to play with freely and fun. My word for him, as you guys know, I wasn't the biggest fan, but that dude is plain out simply ungrateful. Literally, Wiz. I don't care what you think, bro, but listen,
I understand.
it was like if we would trade, I don't care who, and he would say, for example, Brunson or someone, and he would say, listen, I had the ball so much I could do anything, but no coach let me do. Bro, I when I heard that interview, I wanted to go on a rant and curse that dude out. Literally.
let me ask you a question, Andy. Let me ask you a question, hypothetically. Quickly is a free agent, technically, right? So technically, the same thing as we could lose him. The Raptors could lose him. What if Quickly decided he couldn't live without us? He needed to come back to New York and said, "Hey, you guys pay me whatever you guys can afford me, but I want to be back." Would you take him back?
Double A, if he paid Dolan his contract, I wouldn't take him back.
Wow.
He's like, I rather take a guy that went from the Knicks to the Nets than quickly back on the Knicks.
That's deep.
Wow.
That's deep, Ronnie. Ronnie, that's deep,
Listen,
Ronnie.
hey, man, look, I will say that I didn't see the interview. I think that's kind of wild that Quickly would say something like that.
Ron, just for one more thing, you remember him like jumping up with happiness on the court, and he said that never coach gave him the opportunity to play with fun, bro.
Right.
I was boiling. I
think it's different than he let him.
And wait, hold on 1 second, Wiz. Hold on 1 second. I just want to let my guy Jay Boogie know that I got you. I'm gonna bring you up in 2 seconds. Go ahead, Wiz.
I think the difference is, Andy, I think you're right in that Tibbs allowed him or didn't stop him, but to actually encourage him to play freely and play with fun. It's a different story than hearing someone say it than someone let you do it because he believes in you. Like, oh, okay. And again, it's a communication issue. I think Tibbs communicates poorly. It's almost like some guys, you love your wife, but you don't tell her, how beautiful she is every day, like Ron does, some guys just not communicative. But the guy who you see, the guy lets his wife walk, he knocks him out. He's working hard every day, gives her whatever she wants. He has the same love, but he doesn't say it. And what I think IQ was saying was he's never heard it. Not that he's never gotten it. I think Patino gave him the same freedom too in college. But to hear it, I think Patino also says to guys, again, it's like maybe it's too soft and too sweet to go, come on, man, just have fun. Rather, Patino's like, yo, I know how good you are. I want to see the best of you. Come on, work harder. And so that's probably Tibbs also. Tibbs is like, you can hit that shot. Don't hesitate. Get out there and shoot. Rather than saying, come on, loosen up, have fun. Just enjoy yourself. That's a different voice.
Ryan. Hey, Wes, excuse me, man.
Huh?
Excuse me, Wes. Hey, Ronnie, I got to bounce, man. And I think I wanted to bounce. That way I give Boogie a chance to get up here, man. You know what I'm saying? Open up.
Hey, man, no doubt, brother.
I mean, we're always kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give Boogie a chance to come up and hear what he got to say. Hey, Andy, Happy New Year, brother. Good to see you, man. Where's he?
Peace. Happy New Year,
tight, man.
Right,
hey, we're going to do it, man. We're going to do it.
I like it. IAA. I'll at you.
Right. So I think you're right. If he thinks about it, it's ungrateful. If Grimes thinks about what he said last, 2 months ago, it sounds ungrateful and crybaby-ish. And I think these guys, because they're young, they say something that they didn't mean to come off like that. They meant like one wife says, my husband doesn't tell me he loves me, but she knows he loves her.
Wiz.
Well, hold on, Wiz. Hold on, let me get J Boogie in here. I want to get his thoughts on Deuce, and also, if he heard about the IQ stuff, what he thinks about it. But let me just say this real quick. Personally, I didn't hear what IQ said. Now, is he right that Tibbs probably never told him that? Yeah, I 100% believe Tibbs never said that. Tibbs is not that type of coach. But should he be the one to say anything negative about Tibbs? Hell no. Because as Andy said, if there's any young player that has gotten the biggest leash from Tibbs, it's IQ. IQ shouldn't say anything about Tibbs. That's why I'm with Andy on this. That's crazy to me. I got to hear it myself, but I'm just telling you, that is wild. I can't even believe IQ could even part his lips to say anything negative about Tibbs.
I don't think he meant Tibbs. I think it was just a reaction when someone says, a girl.
Oh, he must have meant the other coach that he was under for 3 years.
Patino in college and high school. But it's like
Ron, you gotta mute Wiz.
Yeah. Wiz is trying, man. Wiz, listen. Check your bank account. IQ sending you something now.
I don't think it was an insult to Tibbs. I think it was just a reaction when someone goes, man, you're really smart, and you kind of have a little bit of that just to hear it. He just reacted, and then I think he right now probably regret he said it.
It could be. Maybe he was referring to college, but either way, there's you can't win. You can't win. He shouldn't have said it. It don't look right.
Absolutely, I'm not saying it looks terrible. Even I think Grimes looks worse because Grimes was given the starting spot despite the fact he was messing up, and Donte was obviously better than he is.
No, Wiz. It's different for Grimes. Even though Grimes was given the starting spot, Grimes earned the starting spot because of his defense. Remember, when Grimes,
I'm not getting
but it's true though. See, Grimes can have a gripe because offensively he was stymied and stupefied. No, I'm just joking. I just wanted to throw a little. No, but offensively he was stymied because he was told to stay in that corner. He even said it himself a couple years ago through his trainer when Sim had the trainer on the show. He's like, Grimes says he can do more than be in the corner. He wants to work on other things, but he's been playing his role. But this year he hopes the role to expand. This was 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he's not wrong in saying that. But as far as the starting nod, to get the starting nod, knowing that he just wasn't doing a lot offensively, shows you how good his defense was, and that Tibbs knew, I got to have this guy out there, because in order for this defense to work, if I've got Jalen Brunson, Julius, and RJ, I need somebody who can kind of hold us down on the perimeter. We need that defensive help. So Grimes looked like the best possible case. He could also knock down an open three if you give him the opportunity. Problem with Grimes is he needs a little bit more fluidity. The same thing I was talking about with Deuce earlier. Some guys need to be out there and get the reps. Grimes is another guy like that. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. I wanted to say shout out to my guy Jay Boogie. Appreciate you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you here as always. What's your thoughts on everything? And I hope you're doing well, brother.
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm really blessed, man. And part of my New Year's, I'm making sure that I thank him even more than what I did last year for the blessings. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes you gotta thank for blessings that haven't even came yet, but thank them because they're on the way. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody in the greatest form of health. What a beautiful Saturday it is. Hope you looked in the mirror this morning and said, man, I love you to yourself. Or if you was a woman, tell yourself, I love her to yourself, you know. Great people, man, rocking on under this orange and blue. What up, Andy? What up, Ed? Where's you? And shout out to Ron, still Knicks fan. I think where's this guy? He's just a little bit offline. He don't know we don't do eggs with salt and pepper on Saturday. We do omelets, steak omelets, onions, you know, tomatoes, green peppers, you know what I'm saying? So we on omelet time on Saturday mornings up here, man. But I'm good, man. I'm patient enough, man. You ain't have to rush me up. I'm patient enough. I'm Deuce with the patient. You know, just know I'm ready when you call my name. And when you call my name, I'm going to come out there and give you my game. You know what I'm saying? They say the Deuce is loose. I've been telling everybody, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that $4.3 million Deuce got, you know, that's well deserving of him. Deuce just got to balance it out. See, you know, when Hardenstein first became in the starting lineup, he had to balance that out. You remember he was coming in getting starter quick fouls and all that because he was not used to being a starter. So you got to learn how to balance those fouls and everything because your starter is different. Getting them fouls on the bench, you know what I'm saying, and coming in, you know. So what Deuce has to do, it's a difference between being ready and you might call me to play tonight than being ready and I know I'm going to play tonight. So he had to separate those two things and then let it be known I'm not IQ. He, you know, that's a different thing, you know, a challenge for him with so many people, you know, questioning, can he replace IQ? No, you can't replace IQ. Just put yourself in position and play your game. So a couple of games had to come about where dudes can get a little bit more comfortable what it is. You know, he had some off the dribble, beating first step and all that. I don't have to do that. Get the ball up the court safely and don't, you know, try to run off. Pass the ball in the offset and just maneuver and cut. That's all you have to do. And let the offense find yourself like it did last night. It will prosper. We had so many guys on our team and on the floor that can handle the rock, you know, can create and everything where all that pressure doesn't have to be on Deuce. So it's cool. I think Deuce found that out, you know what I'm saying, last night. Let me just be myself and just get the ball up court and pass the ball cutting and let it find me, you know what I'm saying? And that way I won't have so much pressure on me. IQ was just dribbling the ball up court and trying to run the offset offense and run everything in the offense. Whereas when something happens in the offset in the offense, when something happens in the offense, he's a part of it. Deuce don't have to be a part of it. Let everything be a part of you. And last night showed this point, you know, and he looked real good. I wish that game would have happened for him game one, because so many people wouldn't have turned on him exactly. Oh, I knew we were gonna miss IQ. And I don't miss IQ. I don't miss RJ. None of that. Don't ask me about did I watch the interview. None of that. Them dudes is my enemies. I don't watch nothing they do as far as an interview. I watch a game they might play because I'm checking to see if there's a team that's playing that I want us to leap over far as in the standings, but I don't watch them as far as they interview. They are enemy to me no more. They're no longer here. I'm over that RJ. I'm over that IQ and all that. I'm dealing with what we got right here. What we got right here is things start looking a whole lot different, a whole lot fresher, and a whole lot better with what we got going on with OG and how things is maneuvering. And OG is not a friend like that with Brunson. It's not like when we traded and got Josh Hart, you know what I'm saying, and he's going to automatically be here next year because that's his man. No, the Knicks have to do things to make sure they impress this dude. Let him know we're an organization that we have to impress you to keep you here. And the office is running differently because we got to do what we got to do in Preston. We got to keep this dude. It's not like trading to go get Josh Hart and let him stay here, you know what I'm saying, because his man is cool and all that. We have to do everything we have to do to make sure we keep this dude inside our building. And part of that is playing good basketball, pass basketball, friendly basketball, open basketball, you know what I'm saying, feeling like your man can make a play instead of me can play basketball. And that's going to make us look a whole lot better than anything else, man. I love what's going on with our offensive set. It showed in the past 3 games. First, the man was learning it game 1. Then he was getting an understanding of the game 2. And game 3, now he's telling you I'm ready. So I look for more things to come about with OG and the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful basketball. Way to go to Philly. Way to crush them out. Way to mash them out. The rise is on us. Everything is happening real fast for the New York Knicks. Ride your wave. A lot of things going. We won the first game in 24. Appreciate that. We the first NBA team to win a game in 24. Then when they put us on ABC, when we play ABC games without being a playoff game at nighttime, if we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? And then what happens? Matt Julius is on the NBA today. Things is happening for our squad. You got to ride the wave and don't slow it down. When things is looking good, it's looking good. And now as we coming to the strip of our schedule, you know what I'm saying? The strip of our schedule is coming up. So I look for us to make a big move, make a statement, you know what I'm saying? Move up inside, you know, in the ratings. I look for us to get up to 4 and be knocking on the door for number 3 inside this schedule we got going on, man. But I'm happy with what's happening right now. I'm happy for Deuce. I'm happy for Hartenstein. I'm happy for everybody that's going. I'm happy for y'all, happy for the podcasters, the chats. We deserve to see good basketball, you know what I'm saying? We deserve to see that fundamentally sound basketball that them guys is making it. They making it themselves inside Tibbs' office. You know, anything Tibbs really doing. That's them guys want to communicate and understanding what they need to do to better themselves. And you hear Julius say, we gym rats. We back in the building. We working out. We believe in. We having faith in one another. And that's carrying over, man. And I look for us to go ahead and smash DC. Don't let up off no gas. I know it's a lay down game. It's one of them stumbling games we used to have. No, smash them out. You know what I'm saying? Let's get ready for this other little trip we got going on.
Man, facts.
Woo-wee. Jay Boogie came in here and dropped heat on it. He hit us with a one. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Jay Boogie. Stay hitting us with that fire.
Another one.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Listen. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But you know, I figured this is a perfect time for me to get into something. You know what I mean? I try to do this every so often. Y'all already know if y'all fans of the show, you know how I give it up and how I try to go about stuff. We're in a brand new year. You know what I mean? Before we get into a little bit more of this Knick talk, I got to do this. It's the new year. Same me. You know what I mean? So let me just get this real quick. Hey. So this podcast community to me is one of the best communities there is out there. I know it's the best community I have ever been a part of for good reason. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate all of you guys and gals. Y'all know how much how important it is for y'all and what y'all do for all of us. But speaking of all of us, there's a lot of us, man. And I can only think about the ones that I think about off the top of my head. If I am not acknowledging you, it's not because I'm not, you know, appreciative of what you do in this community, but I'm only thinking about what I could think about, you know, just winging it off the top of my head. Shout out to this Knicks community, folks. This is the you know, this is my go-to content creators. Like I said, I might have missed somebody, but it's not for, you know, the fact that I don't care. I just may not have thought about it at the time. But if it hits me later, I apologize. I'll definitely shout y'all out. But if y'all are new to the Knicks community, or even if you're old and don't know about everybody, check out this list of content creators for 2024, man. Hip yourself to this content creator game. We got Nothing But Knicks. We got Knicks and Bruises. I mean, well, Nothing But Knicks with my guy Simeon Russell, the Podfather. We got Knicks and Bruises with Tony Crow. You got Dope Soul Sports Talk with the Queen Steph herself. Die Hard Knicks podcast with my guy Eru, who is also really stepping up and helping me out when it comes to the NBA wrap up. He's going to be a part of the new shows as we kind of branch off and do stuff on the front stoop as well. Another channel from Sim. Shout out to my guy Uncle Freezy from Blorange Tears. Shout out to the Nick of Time show, my guy Jay Ellis. Shout out to Ryan Lee Escobedo, Ebony. Salute my guy Fritz. What up, Fritz? Shout out to the Morning Brew Sports Network, y'all. Jiggaman Portal, Hector, my guy Phil, also Jerry. Shout out to Eddie Presti and all of the other content creators they have over there on the network. Please like and subscribe and show your love to all of these content creators. As I mentioned earlier, for the love of the game, the number 4 OUR, love of the game, my guys, Worldwide L and Hard Will. My guy, the entertainer talking sports, my guy Chris. Listen, if y'all want to get some really good football info, football knowledge about our New York Giants, definitely check out Chris. And he also does another show with Bad Dog, who is really great at covering the Giants as well. Show them some love. They've had some really good guests on too, some former Giant players. So shout out to them. Guard Up Knicks, my guys Apollo, Rick the Ruler, Andre, and Joe. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Knicks Real Talk with Divine and Shy Powers. Appreciate you guys. Salute. The Legion of Knicks podcast with my guy Guillermo. Show him some love. Appreciate you, my brother. The Organic Fanatic Show. I've already talked about that earlier today with my guy, Mr. Ruel, and his family members, how they put it down. Really exciting, fun, and entertaining show. Die Hard Giants with my guy, I Am Jarrell. You see him all the time on Dope Soul Sports, and he's been on, a lot of NBK programming, but he's got his own show, Die Hard Giants. He goes on usually at halftime of the Giant games. Please show him some love. BX Sports with my guy, Jedi Kev. Oh, man. Salute to you, Kev. I got to holler at him, man. I haven't talked with him in a minute. Got to get him on the show and chop it up with him. Raw Hebrew. You see it. You see the face. Look at that thinking man's face right there. Shout out to Raw Hebrew. The Streets of Buzzin'. You know what I'm saying? Our guy CT and the Land Down Under. And last but not least, like I said, there could be others out there that I may have forgot at the moment, but no slight to them. 2 Knicks chicks, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all new podcast. I'm definitely enjoying the content. So please support and show your love for this family of Knicks community podcasters and content creators. And also, not to be outshined, shout out to, the biggest Knick content creator that we have, KnicksFanTv, because they're part of the paving the way for all of this stuff going on. I mean, to me, it's Nick of Time show, Nothing But Knicks, and KnicksFanTv have all kind of laid the groundwork for us all to eat and enjoy what we're doing out here. So shout out to everybody. All right. Yes. Okay, let me get the sound out of here because I'm on one right here. Hey,
That's
it's the cherry
Rob.
bomber covered in bulletproof vest and armor. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, man. I just want to show some love in the new year, bro.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Oh, look at that. JJ said the Lakers just signed Dylan Windler. Them 33 rebounds, they was like, gotta get him over here. That's crazy. Oh, that's funny. Hey, you see it, once a Nick, always a Nick. You see, look, I didn't even see your comment, but notice how I mentioned them at the end. Listen, once again, I mean, I don't want to make a big deal about it. I'm just saying I put up the Nick content creators that are really good in this community, but also the ones that I kind of, have relationships with. You know what I mean? So it's about the love, showing them love, but I got to show my people love. You know what I mean? And there's no slight to KnicksFanTv. Like I said, they are one of the forefathers of this whole Nick community podcast game. So definitely they deserve, I mean, they're opening doors for everybody. But I'm only shouting out the people that I currently have a relationship with that I was thinking of. Oh shoot, Knicks Film School. See, there's another one that I didn't bring up, and see, I told you guys, it's not for lack of trying. I'm just forgetting right now. Yeah, man. So shout out to all of the content creators. Like I said, if I missed anybody, I apologize. But I was just, I did this at 4 a.m. I'm like, let me update this and put some people out there. So that's
we know
my
you're
fault.
old one. We know.
Hey man, listen, that's my me and Steph share some of the same afflictions. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, man. So shout out to everybody. There's other people that have been on these lists that we try to show love to, that just their shows haven't done shows for a while. So I don't know if they're coming back. I don't know what's going on. So it's no slight to anybody. So thank you to everybody once again. Okay, let me get off of this and get back into the regularly scheduled programming. All right, guys. I think it's we can talk about it real quick. I'm just gonna bring up the box score for last night's game. We'll just go into it real quick, but I don't want to get too heavy into it because we do on Mondays, we do a recap of the week, and I gotta get back into it again. And it's just regurgitating the same stuff. Don't want to really do too much of that. But let me bring that up real quick. Boom, and I'll share it. So we could just touch on something. And then I think we got to go right into this Mitchell Robinson versus Isaiah Hartenstein conversation. Okay. Let's see here. Let's share this. Okay. And let me try to make this a little bigger. Blow it up a little bit. All right, so here we go. Once again, guys, if you don't know, if you were living under a rock or just out somewhere working, Knicks trolloped, smashed, destroyed, trounced the Philadelphia 76ers 128-92 last night. A really, really good game for the New York Knicks. And you know what the best part about it? The best part about it is the Knicks looked a little lost in that third quarter, right? And some of us started to worry, oh, I don't know, man. Philadelphia's starting to make their run. They are one of the best defensive teams in the league, if not the best. What's happening? And in that fourth quarter, they turned it back on. And this is the difference between Knicks teams of the past and the Knicks team currently. Ever since we got Josh Hart, Brunson obviously helped with that, but I feel like once we got Josh Hart, that defensive identity started to come back. And then now you bring in OG, who, talk about defensive identity. Like, yeah, I just think we're just a different team now. I think we got that different level of fire in our belly. So you really love to see it, man. So looking at the box score real quick. You can see OG Anunoby, man. I want to get into this. The plus minus. I don't really love this whole plus and minus thing when you're looking at the game plus and minus, because it has a lot of different factors. If you just happen to be out there on the court and your team is up by 50, you could be standing in the corner doing nothing and you benefit and get a good plus or minus. I like to look at the true plus or minus. From like when you go to basketballreference.com, you can actually see a player's true effectiveness and plus and minus out there on the court by what they actually do, which is going to play a factor in this comparison between Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. But anyway, OG Anunoby played 37 minutes, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, but really good defense. He didn't have his shot really going last night. It was the first look of us seeing him not have his shot going. His third game, it's going to happen. Then we had Julius Randle, who definitely was struggling last night. Played 30 minutes. He was 1 of 11 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. He hit his free throws, though, but he had 7 rebounds and 5 assists in 30 minutes. He had 8 points, 4 turnovers. The great thing about last night is that we played so well despite Julius having a tough night. Thibodeau keeping him on the bench and saying, you know what? I hope he told him, listen, big fella, we need you for tomorrow. Forget this game. Tomorrow's a new day. And this was the perfect time to rest Julius, to give him a little breather going into a back-to-back. Isaiah Hartenstein, 35 minutes, 17 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 6 rebounds, only 1 turnover. I mean, continuing to play really well, really good basketball. Donte Divincenzo, 14 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 4 of 6 from the 3, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Jalen Brunson, I thought he had 30. Did they take a point away? Maybe they did. I don't know. 29 points.
Yeah, took a point away.
Point away. Maybe his foot was on the line on a 3 or something, because he had 30 at the end of the night, but whatever. 29 points, 11 of 20 from the field. He played 32 minutes, 4 of 9 from 3. He hit his free throws, 3 of 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for Jalen Brunson. That's odd, right? Josh Hart, 10 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists in 29 minutes played, 4 of 7 from the field. Miles McBride, the Deuce was loose, 15 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. He hit all his free throws, 3 of 3. Quentin Grimes, 19 points, 8 what? Holy crap. I even missed that myself. 8 rebounds for Grimes. Okay. You know me, I always bring up the ancillary stats when it comes to Quentin Grimes. So I'm shocked by that. Shout out to him. Good for him. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. What is this? Blocks from these guys that don't get blocks. What's happening here? 6 of 13 from the field, played 23 minutes, 4 of 9 from 3. He hit his free throws. Look at these Knicks free throw shooting. What is this, folks? So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double figures. It's a beautiful thing. The Knicks shot 96% from the free throw line, 24 of 25 guys. Come on, man. We were on one. And we had 27 assists, 49 rebounds. Really good game. 43% from 3, 48% from the field. Like, if the Knicks play like this, who's going to beat them? That's just one of them things, man. One of them things. And then just the flip side for the Sixers, Joel Embiid, 30 and 10, 15 games straight of having 30 and 10. That's phenomenal. Kelly Oubre had 15 and 7. Tyrese Maxey had 27, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. Yeah, Maxey's real, man. So, and that was it for them. That was their guys. That's what they did. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. Once again, just your thoughts on the overall performance of all of these Knicks players with their hustle. This is a nice hustle mix right here. All these stats in the middle here, and then the fact that Brunson got a block, Grimes got a block. Grimes had 8 rebounds. Andy, your thoughts on that stuff?
Well, this is one what I was talking about earlier about replacing Quickly's production off the bench. This is a team game. It's not one guy that has the ball. It's only one ball, but it's not like one guy plays 4 or 5 guys off the bench. So others guys going to have the opportunities. They're going to have to step up. And the proof is in the pudding. You see it right on your screen. We can do it. It's not like this is, a one time, a miracle, whatever. We did it once. We did it third game in a row. We are 3-0 after the trade. So let's not cry about IQ. Let's not cry about RJ. Let's play with what we got, and we got proof that we can win with better teams. So
yeah. What's your thoughts, Jay Boogie? How'd you feel about just the all around play? I mean, I know the game, that the blowout is all that, but just look at how good these guys play. This, dare I say? Now I'm not going to dare I say. I know everybody's saying it, but tonight was real. I mean, last night was real. This is the best Knick game of the season. This is the best they played. Go ahead, Jay Boogie.
And he said it right. Team, together, everybody always matter. It's a team effort. The hustle, the not quitting, the not giving up. You talk about the blocks, you know what I'm saying? Block shots, keeping your hands up, getting deflections, winning or loose ball battles. All those things consist of you winning inside games, hustling, not giving up, being there for your brother, backing him up, talking, communication. Everything is spreading out in the right way, you know what I'm saying, amongst the team. And everybody is stepping their game up, and I need for them to continue on. Last night is over with. I want you to be better against DC than what you was last night. Always try to figure out what it is that you did did bad so you can better it the next thing. Don't look at the good things you did. Search for them things that you didn't do it last night in that game and let them things show up for you tonight. That's how you get better and better and better and better. But I like the team effort, everything, like I said, together. Everybody always matter. Everybody's included, man. All the way from the from the coaching staffs that be sitting in the game to the head at the scores table where Tom is always at. Tom is always up at the scores table. He don't never be on the bench. I'm so glad Tom got a belt this year. Last year he was sagging pants and everything. I'm so glad he got a belt this year. Tom is up there. If you think Tom is not happy with what's going on, then you don't understand what Tom is looking at. Tom is real happy. I'm happy from Tom all the way down to the last guy, on the bench, and that's including his coaching staffs, everybody, everything, everybody's involved, all the trainers, everybody is working, and it looks good seeing everybody together, and it's carrying over, man. So yeah, man, take the a big time team win for everybody, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful basketball. Not no one-on-one. Not I'm the guy, you know what I'm saying? Go get it off the backboard, and you know what I'm saying? If you want to touch it and all that, I'm gonna let you feel this ball thing, you know what I'm saying? Do something with it. Either shoot it or pass it and cut. And on the defensive end, everybody's look like they in arm reach with OG out there. You know what I'm saying? And OG is, I ain't worried about OG shooting. You know what I'm saying? He had to remember he was checking old boy. That's not an easy task for him to do. I think he slowed him down a little bit more in the second half, but that's not an easy task for a big guy like that to check Maxey. You know what I'm saying? Fighting through screens and fighting his quickness and everything, but he's playing. He's doing what he got to do. He's giving us what we don't have. He's plugging in them holes and them gaps, man. But yeah, team, man. I love it, man. Team.
Ron, let's add that Julius didn't have a good game. Not to say he had a terrible game, and we still managed to blow them out. So that's where the team comes into play instead of having two superstars. So,
yeah.
And he didn't go crazy. Sometimes when you're having a good game, it frustrates. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go off last night, angry at the referees and hey, it wasn't for him last night. It wasn't for him.
Once again, that Jay Boogie just brought up a really good point too. This is the maturation, and I know it's crazy to say about a guy who's like 28, 29 years old, but it's true for him. This is the maturation of Julius Randle too, because this last night is one of those weird games where you would have seen Julius Randle go crazy. He would have been yelling at the refs because his game ain't going good, and y'all have been like, yo, we winning. What's wrong with this guy? That would have been old Julius, exactly what Jay Boogie's saying. But I'm telling you guys, if y'all don't see it yet, please understand me. And people think I had other people telling me that I hated Julius Randle. I'm like, how? All I do is talk good about him, and if he does something bad, I'm gonna let it be known. But I like Julius. I think he's been playing great. Why would I be mad at him? I like he picks up his teammates. He's playing great, but he's changed. Okay, if we haven't seen it yet, if y'all still don't want to believe it, yes, does he still bark with the refs a little bit? Does he have his little moments where you're like, come on, Julius? Has he had a couple lapses with turnovers here and there? Yes, when he gets a little too happy with the ball, he throws that Michael Vick pass. We've seen that. And also sometimes he does a little bit of a lapse on defense where, he kind of lollygags. He might be arguing with the ref. His guy's running up the floor, or he misses a backdoor cut. That's going to happen. That's Julius. That's who he is. However, I think you can continue to see less of that because now you got OG here. Let me tell you something. Having a great defender like an OG here definitely puts other people on notice. Listen, I'm kicking my tail out here to do this for this team. If I'm hustling, you should be hustling too. And when they see it, they're like, oh, damn. I didn't think why is he running for that? All right, I guess I got to run too. It is what it is, man. You were going to say, Andy, you were going to say something? I think I cut you off.
No. I was done.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Shout out to everybody.
Finish on that. Since you skipped me because you hate Deuce.
No. I was going over to you. I just thought Andy had just said something, so I don't want to cut him off. I hear you, man.
You can't dance. That's why I busted you.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, man. The salmon cooker telling me I can't dance. It's all right, brother. Nick Son Nice said, I need some sketches. Yeah, maybe it's the sketches, B. Maybe we've been sleeping. Maybe. Oh man, shout out to Orlando Ruiz. Thank you for joining. He said, "Yo, Murray, don't you want to come to the Knicks?" I like it. I like it. Yeah, man. The Knicks look good out here. Yeah, right. Stafford Don in the building. Don't let him fool you. Oh no. What up, Stafford? Appreciate you, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. Womp Bag Doodle in the building. That is a wild name, but a shout out to you. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in and showing love, man. Let's get to 100 likes. Yes. Shout out to Our Future Media. Do what Our Future says, man. Let's get to 100 likes. We had a 92 right now. We got 180 some odd people watching. 183. Please hit that like button. Show your love for the show. I appreciate it, and YouTube will appreciate it as well. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Shout out to Bricks Nation. I see you. Trust is in the building. Panama Ray, all the way from Panama. What's good? Appreciate you. SKF. Yes, thank you. Let me get to a couple of these super chats that I kind of missed from earlier. Walter Blackman, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for the generous super chat. You know the love is real, man. I hope you're doing well as always. I always genuinely feel that way about you and your family, and I'm glad that things have gotten better from the little down spur that you guys had with the house and everything. 2024 is going to be a better year. Hopefully, everything is crystal clear. Mind Hunter for president, my guy 713 Gamer, appreciate you. What up, Fligger D? What up, my guy? Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous super chat. He says plus and minus also has a lot to do with the player. Yeah, but plus and minus is skewed, Paris. When you look at a game plus and minus, it has a lot to do with your impact on the court, but it primarily has to do with how the team that you're on is playing against the defending team. Against the opposing team. So, like I said, you don't have to do much to be on a negative. You don't have to do much to be on a positive. If your team is doing well, if I go into the game, right, and the Knicks are down 2, and I get into the game, all of a sudden Julius Randle goes nuts, right? He gets 10 in a row, and now the Knicks are up 8. I'm part of the positive plus or minus 8 or 10. It's a plus or minus 10 because it went up 10 points while I was out there. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't do nothing. That plus or minus is fugazi, B. But that's the game plus or minus, not the real one. I just want to throw that out there because sometimes people get a little caught up in that game plus or minus. And let me tell you, I learned the hard way 2 years ago when someone who's a lot more knowledgeable than me, who does their own basketball channel and is just a straight basketball channel and has 800,000 subscribers, explained to me the real about plus or minus. So I'm rocking with his assertion about what it is. So I understand it a lot better now. Shout out to Paris Duggar once again. Thank you for the generous super chat. He says too many analytical guys out here see no points and cap. I don't know what that means, but okay, Parrish. I appreciate you.
That's
and
Parrish
the funny
being
thing is
God.
he says that on the day where I'm being super analytical because today I'm looking at the numbers, and I usually I'm not a numbers guy. I'm more of an eye test, but today is about the numbers, Parrish. So I'm sorry if I fall into that today, but I'm in it. All right. So that being said, I think it was really nice to see what the Knicks did out there. That was a really good statement win, and it really shows a lot. Like, I don't care how you look at the New York Knicks. We made a trade for OG Anunoby, and we beat 2 of the best teams in the NBA. And handily. We beat Minnesota handily, and we destroyed the 76ers. So I don't care how you look at it. That's a sign in the right direction. Okay. So, all right. That being said, guys, let's get into this whole thing. Because a lot of people are talking about, what's going on with IHart. And fairly so, man. He deserves it. IHart has been playing great basketball. I'm definitely on the side of understanding how important he is to this Knicks team. I also want to say to you guys that I think Tom Thibodeau is the big man whisperer. That's my new nickname for him. Because say what you will, Tom Thibodeau makes his big men better. If you have the talent that he needs defensively, and if you have any offensive talent, Tom Thibodeau knows how to make you better. I say that about all types of players that Tom Thibodeau has that have it. You know, my whole thing about, and I'm just saying it real quick, my whole thing about Tom Thibodeau, when it comes to a star type player, he can make you better. He knows what to do with you. It's the guys who haven't quite found themselves yet that he still has to develop. I don't think he's the greatest at that. I'll be honest. That's just me. Do the Knicks have other guys to help develop? Yes. I'm talking about Tom Thibodeau specifically. I don't think he has enough time to say, hey, you young guy, listen, let's work through all of this. He might do it when training camp starts, but once the season starts, he got no time for that. He's worrying about wins, and he's worrying about his core 9 guys that he got to worry about. He ain't worrying about them young guys that haven't got the playing time. When it comes to a star, though, he knows how to get those stars to the next level. If you don't believe me, just look at the numbers. Look at the guys under Tom Thibodeau. Look at all of the quote-unquote star-type players and how they played under Thibodeau. Now, going back to the big man whisperer comment, Joakim Noah looked fantastic under Tom Thibodeau, right?
All-star.
Julius Randle. He's in part of this big man crew. Great under Tom Thibodeau. The best
All-star.
he's ever looked in his career. All-star. Karl Anthony Towns. Was Karl Anthony Towns good before Tibbs? Yes. Was Karl Anthony Towns good after Tibbs? Yes. Karl Anthony Towns had 2 of his best seasons, and his best season ever under Tom Thibodeau. Just
All-star.
saying, there's something, once again, there's something to that. You know what I mean? Isaiah Hartenstein playing out of his mind. Is he the type of offensive talent some of these other guys are? No. If he was, he would be all-star probably too. Look at how he's playing on the defensive side. Look at what he's given for this team. Mitchell Robinson. You want to say what you want to say about Mitchell Robinson? His guy is very limited offensively. Defensively, we have not yet seen him take that next step. Until this year, he was playing his best basketball defensively ever, all around, as far as doing everything and continuing to get you the offensive rebounds. And he's become a better all-around rebounder. Remember, first couple years Mitch was in the league, he was an offensive rebounder, but he couldn't get defensive rebounds. Now he gets both. Under Tom Thibodeau, the big man whisperer. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it, and you'd be surprised that he knows what to do with these big men, and they're really a focal point of his defense. Mitch versus IHart, folks. Mitch versus IHart. You guys are trying to get Mitch up out of here. Mitch has played his best basketball ever as a Knick. You got the feel-good story about him and his high school coach, and now you also got the interview where he says he shows loyalty to the Knicks because they showed loyalty to him. And y'all want him up out of here. It's a tough crowd, man. It's a tough town, this New York. Tough town. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But once you make it, you up out of here. Like, what are we doing, guys? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. This is rough out here in these streets. Y'all are tough. This is what I want you guys to look at. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this. Now, you can kind of look at a lot of different things when it comes to these two gentlemen. I'm gonna show you 4 different things. All right. Let's start off with the regular stats. Okay. Let me pull this up and I'll share screen. Where are we? Yep. And then where's Mitch? Oh, let me change this and throw Mitch in there. Mitchell Robinson. Okay. Let's look at these stats. All right. So I'm going to start off with Mitch. And let me pause this. I hate that ESPN has all this stuff playing in the background. All right. Let's share screen, folks. And make this a little bigger as usual. Okay. Here we go. Let me move that away from Jay Boogie's face. You know what I mean? All right. So Mitchell Robinson, guys, you see the numbers so far this 2023-24 season. I say so far, but the season's pretty much over for Mitch, unless he comes back towards the very end. Who knows? He averaged 6.2 points, 10.3 rebounds, 0.7 assists, and he shot 59% from the field. Mind you, don't forget, Mitch broke the record for field goal percentage back when he was doing a lot of putbacks and dunks. But now that he is not focused on that, he is a little more away from the rim when it comes to that. So his opportunities are a little different. So he doesn't get a lot of the lobs, and therefore his field goal percentage is not as high, not record breaking. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, here we are. Regular season averages. All right, so you guys see it. For the most part, Mitch has averaged 8.1 points for his career, 8 rebounds, a little under 2 blocks for his career, a little under a steal, 70% from the field because he did all that great work early in his career. But just look at the yearly stuff: 7, 9, 8, 8.5, 7.4, 6.2 this year, the lowest offensive total of his career. Steals, though, 0.8, 0.9, 1.1, 0.8, 0.9, 1.5, the most steals he's ever had in his career. Blocks, look at this, guys. 2.4 to come in. Remember, Mitch was a demon. He was everywhere, blocking three-point shooters, blocking people in the paint, blocking mid-range guys, blocking everything. Then 2.0, right? And Mitch started to get hurt here and there and having his moments. Then 1.5, then 1.8, 1.8, 1.3, his lowest block total of his career. Because now I don't know what's the deal with that. I had this little feeling that Mitch's timing when it comes to blocks has changed. His quickness with regards to certain actions may be a little slower, but I also think that he has learned that the smart thing to do is to put my hands up, and if it's obvious to me, I'll hit it. But if not, I'll just be a deterrent, and that keeps me out of foul trouble. So this is a cultivated thing by the organization and Mitch to stay out of foul trouble. So he's not as aggressive when going for blocks as he used to be, but he does enough to deter the shot. Hear what I just said, guys. He can still block these shots. He's not being as aggressive because this is helping keep him out of foul trouble. He's just trying to deter shots. Keep that in mind. Rebounds, 6.4, 7.0, 8.1, 8.6, 9.4, 10.3. The most rebounds he's ever had in his career, 10.3, an average of 8 for his career. Obviously, you guys know the assist. He's not the passer of the bunch. We know that already. Free throw percentage, 52% for his career. He was shooting a career low 36.8 from the free throw line. I don't really have an answer for that, guys. Every year he works on his free throws. This year was like no other year. He said he focused on free throw shooting again, 36%. I don't know. You can't make it up. I don't understand it. Once again, 59% from the field, and he averaged about 29 minutes of play, and he only started 21 games. He only got to play 21 games before he got hurt. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now let's get over to iHart. Let me share this screen. Stop this one. And let's do this again. Make this a little bigger for everybody. A little better. Okay, let me share this so you guys can see it. Okay, here we go.
Make sure we hitting that like button, please. Continue on hitting that like button. Don't let that get away from us. It'll run a fast going.
Yes, and let me stop this ESPN video for YouTube try to get me. To be out here in these streets looking at me. All right. Okay, so here's Isaiah Hartenstein. You see him. Look at that guy. What a nice smile. He's happy to be here. We love it. Yes, let's go. All right, so I made it a little too took a little something away here. There we go. All right, so averaging 6.3 points on the season, 7.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists. That's a nice, extra number from your big man to be able to move that ball. 58.9% from the field goal range, right? Let's blow this back up, make it a little bigger. Okay. All right. So let's look at these stats, folks. Now, I don't expect you to remember everything to compare it to Mitch, but you saw some of the numbers, right? For his career, he's averaging 5.7 points. All right. As you can see, 1.9, 4.7, 3.5. Then he got into a little bit more playing time, a little comfort level. I didn't even remember that he was with Cleveland. Wow, I forgot. 8.3 points per game, 8.3 points per game with the Clippers. Then he gets to the Knicks, backup role, 5 points per game, 6.6 points per game. Look at the blocks, right? 0.4, 0.5, 0.7. Starts to play more minutes with Cleveland, 1.2. Then with the Clippers, 1.1, 0.8 with New York and the backup role, and then 1.1 so far this year with a combination of backup and starting, right? Assist, 0.5, 0.8, 0.5, 2.5. Okay, he showed you could move the ball. 2.4, right? 1.2, 1.8. All right. Rebounds, 1.7, 3.9, 2.8, 6.0, 4.9, 6.5, and career high 7.2, right, with the Knicks so far, combination of a starter and as a bench player. Free throw percentage, 78%, 67, 61, 68, 68, 68, 67, 68. 68% this year compared to Mitch's 30-something percent. I mean, that's a big difference, and that helps, especially in late game situations where they might foul Hartenstein or he gets fouled just trying to be aggressive, doing a putback. To be able to knock down a free throw is very important. So you got to give him the edge there. You got to give him the edge and assist. We already see that, right? 3-point percentage, 33%. Look, if y'all guys want to still talk about his ability to shoot the three, by all means, I don't even think about it anymore. I don't think he shoots enough volume. I don't want to think about it. Can he stretch the floor? Maybe he might knock it down. I'm not thinking about what IHart. I don't think that shot is that good for me to worry about that. So forget that. But he's got a nice little floater, which plays into his shooting, 60% from the field, right, for this year. 65, 51, 58, 62, 53, 60. So this is a good number for him, right? And this is in 23 minutes of play. On average, obviously the number's going up because he's starting now. He's played 35 games, 9 games as a starter. All right. So there's that, guys. And you kind of see the comparison between IHart and Mitch just on the surface, just their normal stats, their normal totals, right? And then if you want to do a little better comparison, which is what I did for you guys to make it a little closer to understand, let's take a look at this right here. This is IHart versus Mitchell Robinson as starter. You can see right here, 21 games started for Mitch, 6.2 points, 1.5 steals, 1.3 blocks, 0.7 assists, 10.3 rebounds, 36% from the free throw line, 59% from the field. Look at IHart, 6.9 points, a little better from the point area, 1.4 steals. I talked about how good Mitch was this year at getting steals, right? At one point in the year, early in the year, Mitch was top 10 in steals out of the whole NBA, not just for centers, but for any player, right? He had games where he was getting 4 steals multiple times, right? Yet, look at that, 1.5, and IHart is 1.4. Interesting, right? Blocks, 1.3, 1.5 for IHart. So you say he's a little better at blocking shots than Mitch. I would say I agree with that. He is. I think his timing is better right now, currently, than Mitch is when it comes to blocking shots. But I also think IHart has learned how to stay out of foul trouble while still remaining aggressive with blocking shots. Mitch probably had to alter that because he was too aggressive when it comes to blocking shots, and maybe he can find the happy medium there with his play, but he had to tone it down, whereas IHart has remained aggressive. It actually became even more aggressive when it comes to blocking shots because his timing has been so great, yet he still stays out of foul trouble for the most part. He's figured out a way. 10.3 rebounds. We talked about how great of a rebounder that Mitchell Robinson has been. 10.3 rebounds. IHart, 10.1 rebounds in 8 games. Well, this says 8 games, and this is the most it gave me, yet the other thing said 9 games. This is through ESPN, so I don't know. It's very confusing. Whatever, but 8 games is the amount they gave me. So 8 games of play. Look at that. He's right there with Mitch when it comes to the rebounds. Free throw percentage, 36.8 in those 21 games for Mitch. 81% from the free throw line in those 8 games started for Hartenstein. 56% from the field for Hartenstein, the 8 games. 59% from the field for Mitchell Robinson. So if you look at this, it's easy to say Isaiah Hartenstein is the better starting center for these New York Knicks. Hands down, we should figure out a way to pay Hartenstein. And you know what? It might be time to trade Mitch. I'm going to stop here and get you guys' take so far on what we got going on. Andy, what do you think about this Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson comparison so far?
Well, Ron, I don't think you need to trade Mitch. I don't know where that, even narrative came from. If he would be healthy, I think, we got minutes for both of the players. So I think that's not even a case. But since we are on this topic, you can go back to NBK and me and Sim breaking down the video. When we signed IHart, I told on the stream that IHart, if Tibbs decides to go a certain way, he might get Mitch a run for his minutes. And as we see now, because of the opportunity that Hartenstein got, that the case probably is solved, that he can easily fill in for a guy like Mitch. The other thing is the two guys play a little bit different. I'm not saying totally different, but you can get more offensive creation from Hartenstein. You can get probably more offensive rebounds from Mitch, and second possessions, second chance points and stuff like that. But I think those passes that Hartenstein does to the cutters, to the rim, are beautiful and breaking down the defenses. One thing that I personally think, that's not in the playbook. I think he literally has to show the guys which route to run, and then they break the play and run. And that's when they get the passes. You can see IHart doing it with his eyes, pointing to the route, and then they do it. So I think that's why it still isn't in the playbook. But, if Tibbs is going to be, having to play IHart, I think he might put it in the playbook. So we know that he had big men that can pass the ball on previous franchises and teams, and he has the playbook. He just needs to, take it out of the closet, dust it off, and then use it. I can say that easily I could envision IHart in a passing role as the offensive facilitator like he used Joakim Noah, because the passing ability is clearly there.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
I mean, I agree with that. And I think you're right. I think IHart sometimes, because I've seen what you're saying. Sometimes guys don't know what IHart's trying to do, and he's telling them, he's giving them the nod, like, you know what I mean? Like, go, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're saying. And that's because I don't, going back to Thibodeau's vanilla offenses, sometimes I think that's the part of it that he doesn't focus on, because he doesn't necessarily always have the personnel to do that stuff. But once you got IHart here, he has that ability, and you have to factor that into how you design your offenses. And if you can't do it, then a guy like IHart can take it upon himself to help you do it. As well as the same thing what we were talking about earlier with OG, and how he cuts and does certain things that opens up things for this Knicks team to move the ball that we weren't doing before. We stay stagnant and a lot of ISO ball. When you got Divincenzo and guys like OG who move, that helps the team. That definitely helps us. Jay Boogie, what's your thoughts on the Mitch and IHart thing so far?
I'm celebrating. Reason why I'm celebrating, because saying what he is and seeing him do what we say, he is are two different things. And what I mean by that, we all been saying that we have the best backup big it is in the league. We've been saying that all the way across the board. But seeing him in that starting lineup for a great period of time, and now you actually seeing it, you feel that much confident about, Hartenstein being in that starting lineup. There's so many things differently that he brings to the table that Mitch doesn't. He facilitates, he understands the game. His knowledge, his IQ levels are completely, totally different from what Mitch is, and you have to appreciate that. And it looks good and it's better in our office of right now. And more importantly is that he's filling that gap. Because we didn't know if we're going to miss Mitch or whatever, but some things are still missing, with Hartenstein in that starting lineup. But because it's Mitch, I'm not going to be the type, one of the guys that want to, level him down because he's injured and he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? We can't, eliminate the fact that Mitch was on his way to make all defensive team. We can't eliminate the fact. Could you imagine if Mitch was out there with OG? You can't eliminate those facts right there. You know what I mean? And you can't eliminate the fact that now that Hartenstein is in the starting lineup, he's not missing with that second crew. You know what I mean? But what it is that he's up for a contract, and Mitch is not there, and he's playing his best basketball right now because he know that money is up. When you get a contract, the day you sign for that contract is gone. You're supposed to automatically start working on that very next contract. He's been working on that very next contract ever since he signed that first contract with us. And he's showing and giving great opinions on who I can be, what I can be, if I was a starter. But more importantly, I'm working for that money too. And secondly, is with Hartenstein, it's money second, but he's really a team player. And you got to appreciate all the pluses he's given us on defense, on the blocks. You know what I'm saying? All that's plus. We know on the offensive end, he can read the floor. He can make passes. He don't shoot his shot no more, but he can take people off the dribble like he was taking complete advantage of what, Embiid was on him last night. I'm not a numbers guy. I know I'm not a numbers guy. I don't do that. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? But I overheard it from a guy that was speaking on Freeze's show that he was saying that Hartenstein was more of a plus when he was in the game at the same time as Embiid. You know what I'm saying? The MVP. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a plus for Hartenstein versus Embiid when both of them was on the floor together. So that is big. That's big status. That's big numbers and everything. But I'm not going to, look to go and trade and get rid of Mitch unless somebody come calling and asking for it. I'm not going to put him out there on the trading block, you know what I'm saying, personally, because I still believe you still need to keep that 1-2 punch, whether if Mitch is the starter or next year Hartenstein beats him out, he becomes the starter, whatever. I know my youngest nephew Fulio, he spoke about, I'm not trying to give $30 million to, to the center spot and all that. I do know and understand that, but sometimes you got to pay to keep things intact, you know what I mean? And we're getting very close on our roster, whereas we're going to go over the cap soon, very soon, because we're not done trading. We're not done filling the plugs for this team, and some people are going to have to be here and remain here, and it's going to cost. You're going to have to go over the salary cap in some places, but I'm not looking to get rid of Mitch. I'm not looking to ship him out unless somebody comes calling, and once, you know what I'm saying, something big, with something that's somebody come calling and something big and better can happen for me, then I can deal with that then. But I'm not calling people's phone asking, you want Mitch? I'm not trying to ship him out of town because he's down and he's hurt. He's shown that he's been a complete player for this team. Everybody thought when he got the money he was going to change because he was all of the video games and all that. He did none of that. You know what I'm saying? You hear the stories about him and his coach and everything, and he's just a New York. He's a New York guy that's not from New York. You don't get them type guys that come in as young that can come inside the city and fit, especially in the bright lights, especially when they get some money and they don't fit. Mitch is a fitting piece for us. And like I said, I'm not looking for him to go off, but I'm more than happy about the way Hartenstein is playing. He's doing what he got to do. He's doing his job. More importantly, that's your job. That's his job. Now, what if he wouldn't be shooting up, doing what he's doing right now? I would OG been filling in. Oh man, we gotta go get a replacement. We gotta go get a backup. And I do feel like we need another some type of backup going into the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I got anything in Sims. But more importantly, he's playing that role and doing what he gotta do. So that's why I clap and celebrate the fact that we all, feel like, say that he's the best backup center, but seeing it and doing it on a regular basis after game one when he got in foul trouble and he changing his game and everything, that's better for us, man. But I'm not getting rid of Mitch unless somebody come banging on the door talking about something exclusively that's going to benefit and help this roster move, because he's done too much and been too much. And matter of fact, I hope somebody here and they could go tell the commissioner we need to reach out to. You need to bring the centers back to the All-Star game. Respect what they doing. You eliminate them, from the All-Star game and only allow other centers in the game who got skill sets, like other skill sets as far as, defense and blocking shots and backing other people up who can't play defense, all that don't play his part. You eliminated that just to make, I get it, you want to make it more funny, more entertainable and everything, but you can't forget, them centers. That's part of the starting five. It says at center. At center, it don't say at third forward. It never says that in the starting lineup when you're inside the arena. It says at center. So you need to think about bringing them centers back into the All-Star game and appreciating them right there instead of just making little side the big boy the big challenges and all that, man. Everybody can't do that, man. Why don't you do a defensive challenge or something like that? Why don't you do it, a pick up and switch out when the centers switch out on the small challenge or something to show you can show how valuable these guys still are, But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm keeping Mitch and I'm trying to find a way to keep Hartenstein. But God Almighty is getting ready to be hard and hectic because he's balling out of control, man. The Terminator's in the building, man. I'll be back.
I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, Jay Boogie. Before we get over to Wiz, or maybe we won't get over to Wiz because Wiz probably got a phone call.
That was too much for him. We got out of there.
Yeah, he's like, damn it, man. You flame my mic up, man. I can't talk. I can't follow that. Well, Wiz may be jumping back. He might have had a call that he got to take, or maybe the salmon's burning. Today's Saturday salmon time in the Wiz household. So he might be burning the salmon. Wife is on him. Like, calm down, B.
Yeah, because if he forgot about that salmon while he been on this show,
it's a problem. It's a problem.
411, man.
Yeah, man. Right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in once again. Hold on, where is it? Okay, I can't shout out everybody because there's so much going on in the chat once again, but much love to you guys. You guys are the engine that make this show go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it because everybody else says it when they have a chat. The best chat in the business. That's right. That's y'all, man, for real. Seriously though, y'all really help me out. And then when I'm running and carrying this show by myself, when I've been going 2-3 hours by myself talking, you guys give me the energy and also give me the conversation to keep it going, because it'd be rough up here when you get nobody to talk to. I'm like, yeah, what you think? Oh, you mean me? Anyway,
you got this chat, the best fan base. You know what I'm saying? In the city or on the road, you know what I'm saying? And they all know what they're talking about. And for anybody that might be new in the chat and you're seeing some of these guys and these ladies that are in the chat and that don't have shows, they can have shows too. I want y'all to know that it's a lot of people that can have shows that's in the chat. But you know what I'm saying? They Hartenstein and they playing position and keeping, keeping that chat strong too. So, them people in the chat, man, they're just, the chat is so, I need to make an anthem for the chat, man. For real. Facts.
Listen, there's all the time. And I understand it, man. Some people in the chat, there's some really smart people in these chats, especially my chat. And I know that they could be up here talking as well, but they choose not to. Maybe they don't feel comfortable. Maybe they don't have that stage presence thing. Maybe they don't want to be on camera. I get it, but I appreciate all y'all and thank y'all for always holding me down and also giving me the information, because I forget things. Unfortunately, I'm 46. That's a thing of my life right now that sometimes I be forgetting things, and then there's sometimes I remember everything. But I take it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I want to shout out a couple people. Thanks to Stream Elements. I finally know who you are, Stream Elements. I know what you do for me. I appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing, Ryan Jones. Thanks you for being a part of the Still Knick Fans Army. Appreciate you. Let me see. Thank you for subscribing, Eric 0215. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the show and the content. And thank you for subscribing, Keith Hardy. I appreciate you. I see there's more people that are subscribing, but it's all over the place as far as how Stream Elements. I wish I could just filter Stream Elements. I'm gonna have to get on my next StreamYard chat and tell them we need to filter the chat. Yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be really cool. So let me see here. Paris Duggar said, Ron, I was continuing the super chat, meaning if a guy scores 0 points and his plus or minus is plus 12, analytical people will say he had nothing to do with it. I see what you're saying. And that's not, yeah, I mean, it kind of goes both ways. You should have something to do with it if you were out there doing something. But if you just stood in the corner and say the guy you were guarding, right, took a shot, you didn't play no defense on him, but they missed the shot. You know what I mean? And your team is still going up, right? And say, like I said, Julius Randle got hot and hit 10 points in a row, and you guys went up 10 when you were down 2. You still get credit for that plus or minus going up, even though you did nothing. Now, on the flip side is if a guy was out there, he did play good defense, you know, maybe you didn't hit the shot. Maybe Julius was hitting the shot, but maybe you passed the ball to Julius, or maybe you got a steal to create the fact. Like, there's different things that you get credit for that are part of that too. So I hear you when it comes to that. You can't just say just because a guy didn't do the quote unquote biggest part of the run that they're not doing anything out there. Shout out to my better half out here, Mr. John from Still Knick Fans. He says the chat's on fire today. Much respect, great panel, locked in on my day off. Yes, let's go, Jay. Appreciate you, my brother, and definitely looking forward to chopping it up with you on Monday. It's been a while, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to the generous super chat from Mr. Brooklyn Butch. He says, Ron, I want you to take this show up until game time. LOL. Thanks in advance. Love the content. Go Knicks. Shout out to the panel in the chat. Happy New Year. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, I don't know if we can do that. We can't go up to game time. I'll be dead. So thank you, though.
I got to get somebody and watch some football too, Max.
Right? You know what I mean? Like there's other stuff. I'm trying to have a well-rounded weekend.
Yeah, it's a great year, man. Like the president, shout out to you. Happy New Year to you all. We're calling it the Mamba year. Everybody must Mamba up. You know what I'm saying? We're calling this the Mamba year to 2024. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you pursue it and don't give up when things look rocky. Just know that 12:01 a.m. January 1st, that was the beginning of you prospering and receiving blessings that are on the way to come to you. That is majorly important. Keep pursuing, y'all. Keep pursuing. I ain't talking about just basketball. Keep pursuing your dreams. What are you going to conquer for you and your family, your household, your loved ones? Conquer your dreams. Mamba up 2024, everybody.
I like that. That's dope. I like that. Mamba up. It's the Mamba year. I like it. I like that. That's dope.
Everybody.
Hey, look at that. You know what I mean?
For everybody.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Jay
Brought
Boogie.
me that, so I wanted to just, make sure y'all deserve them flowers too.
Ah, man. This guy, he's great, man. Makes me feel good inside, man. For real. I'm not joking. Shout out to Ricardo. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said, Ron, happy New Year's to you and the guys. Why does Mitch get so much rope from the fan base? He's always hurt. Why do we keep running away from that? Oh, Ricardo, I got to tell you, this is perfect timing. We're about to get right back into this Mitch IHart bag because there's more. I appreciate you, though. Thank you for the generous super chat. Wiz, thank you for the generous super chat. He said, Fire takes on Mitch. I had to change devices. Man, only if Wiz would come back. Oh, well, there he is. Look at that. Wiz on cue. I see you, Wiz. I see what you did there.
Yo, what's up, gents?
Oh, he's showing his face. All right, no.
Yo.
He's got technical difficulties. Let me get him out of here again. Sorry.
Oh, that was good. No, I had to also change hotel rooms. I'm at a hotel, and I had to change rooms.
Oh, man, Wiz, you be living like the other half. Wiz is the other half,
J Boogie Suite.
Nah, Wiz is the other half, man. We
I
all
can't
got to live
keep up
like
with
Wiz.
you, man. I can't keep up. I can't keep. They say in your hotel, a washcloth is $350. $350. Forget what the cost of the room is. Wow. And they say, yo, you be asking for second and third. God almighty. They got that money.
Wiz is the other half for real, man. Don't quiet
takes,
too. He
great
be on the
takes.
low. Andy's the other half too. I know Andy's big in Poland. I see you, Andy. I'm watching you. Wiz, did you have any takes you wanted to throw on so far? What I put up there about Mitch and iHart?
Look at this new room. I don't like it.
It's nice. Well, I mean, it's not bad. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yes. Great takes. I mean, I got a second what you guys said. J Boog, your statements are right on point. I do worry that this team will actually, looking at financial reasons, because we got to re-sign iHart. I mean, I think we have to re-sign iHart. It's a no-brainer. So, do they want to spend $30 million on 2 centers? Do you want to have a backup making, I know it's the send-in, but it's going to be 14 or something million next year. Oh, man. But I'm loyal to Mitch, though, man. I love Mitch. But I really have to switch to starting rotation and have iHart start with Mitch coming in and shutting people down. So Mitch will be my Deuce in a certain sense, where he'll come in the defense to stop these runs. He'll help relieve iHart some, make sure he's rested for the playoffs, etc. And it's actually almost perfect that he's going to come back. If he gets back this year, it'll be great. He comes back and slowly rehabs into the game again as a backup rather than jumping right in there as a starting player. So I'm actually good with that. Yeah, so I'm good with that. I'll be remiss if I didn't say that I wouldn't trade him, because we got to look at winning, man. And sometimes you got to make the tough move, the tough decisions. So, yeah, right now, if I had to choose both of them, either one to keep, I'm keeping iHart.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I understand. I mean, you guys are looking at the numbers. You see what I'm putting up there. iHart is definitely looking like he is the better player between the two. And I understand that, and I get it. Shout out to King Ribby. King Ribby's been tight. I was watching him last night on Freezy's show. He wants Mitch to stay. He thinks Mitch is getting a bad rap, and he doesn't believe in Hartenstein the way in which he believes in Mitch. Now, in King Ribby's defense, I'm going to say I understand King Ribby, because I think some people are kind of forgetting what Mitch is, and I get it, because he's not here. Out of sight, out of mind. Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? It is what it is. But I will say I'm not going to downplay iHart. iHart's been balling. So just both can be, true. You know what I mean? Mitch is, doesn't need to be forgotten, and iHart is balling. So we got the best centers in the game right now. Like, to me, defensively, I want to give him that. Offensively, you can't really, there's guys who got skills, but the best defensive centers in the game belong to the New York Knicks, in my opinion. And rebounders as well, because they both rebound the hell out of the ball. You give them the minutes, they both rebound.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Bobby Santiago. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Jordo in the building.
Now, actually, I want to correct one thing. He said the better. So I wouldn't jump right away and say that iHart is the better center. I say it's the more complete center, because Mitch's skill set is so high. It's almost like where it's so high that iHart's passing and shooting and just offensive IQ brings them up to where Mitch's defense kind of excels above his, to a point where, okay, iHart's better. You're right. Forget it. I was trying to find a way to say Mitch, because it's nostalgia. It's my heart, man. My heart is,
Wiz finally caught himself. He said, "Where am I going with this? What? No. What am I saying? All right."
But the defense is not so much better than IHart's, and his rebounds are so much better than IHart's that it makes up for IHart's, foul
we showed the numbers, Wiz. We showed the numbers. If you look at them both starting, IHart's numbers on rebounds are better. So,
I mean, listen. The numbers don't lie. But there's also the eye test, how it looks out there to people. That matters too, because sometimes numbers can be a little deceiving, but they don't lie. Shout out to Stream Elements once again. Thank you for hollering at me and letting me know what's good. Thanks for subscribing, Night Watchman 77. Appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with us.
It's my heart. Let me see. My heart that lies. My heart is trying to lie to me. I
know. It's tough. I get it. Let's get back into it because this Mitch IHart comparison is not over, y'all. I want it to be, as understandable as possible, right? Okay. What else I got for y'all? So let's take a look at cleaning the glass. Oof, look at me. I'm putting money into this for y'all, man. Spending money. Oof.
That's why I dropped the super chat for you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, help a brother out, man.
I went big.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get these clean the glass numbers, man. They don't give them for free. All right, so here is cleaning the glass. All right, let me get that out the way. All right, so this is Mitchell Robinson, folks, and let me see. Nah, you can't really make it bigger because it's. I don't like the way they make this stuff. They should make things user friendly so that if you want to blow something up, it automatically crops itself and fits what you're trying to show. But I'm asking for too much, right? Yeah, I am. So, because if I try to blow it up here, look, where'd Mitch's face go? He's out of here. No, but so this is just looking at the offensive overview. I don't want to look at the offensive overview. We know IHart's a better offensive player right now. Defense and rebounding, right? We're only going to pay attention to a couple of these stats because some of these I don't care to see. I don't want to see defensive rebounding off of free throws or offensive rebounding off of free throws. But defensive rebounding off of field goals. This is what percentage of the opponent's missed field goals did the player rebound this year. And I'm only focusing on this year because this is the year where IHart is in the starting role, right? And he's out there. He's going to be out there for you would think the remainder of the season, right? Unless something crazy happens, he gets traded. Mitch makes up for 18.3% of the rebounds off of defensive rebounds off of opponent's field goal misses, right? Offensive rebounds, Mitch made up for 17.3% of the rebounds off of opponents misses, whatever. Not fouls, steals, 2.2%. Mitch makes up for the team, right? With regards to steals, 2.3% for blocks. That's what Mitch made up for with regards to the team. Well, let me get over to IHart, right? Okay, and this is IHart, and I'm sorry. Let me move this. I apologize, guys. Let me get that out of there. So this is IHart, right? And if you look at look at that bottom year, right? Don't not look at the offensive overview, defense and rebounding. Once again, we're going to ignore defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding off of free throws. I mean, that's an interesting stat, but we don't need that for these purposes. The defensive reboundings, right? So 17.2% of defensive rebounds off of missed field goals by the opponent, IHart is responsible for that percentage, 17.2. Once again, you remember Mitch was responsible for 18.3%, right? Offensive rebounds off of missed field goals of the opponent, IHart is responsible for 13.4% of that. Mitchell is responsible for 17.3. Okay. Steals, 1.8% of the steals for the team he made up for. Mitch made up for 2.2. Blocks, 2.4% of the team. And Mitch made up for 2.3. So a lot closer than you think. IHart has looked like he's been blocking any and everything. Mitch is right there with him, 2.3%, as far as his impact of the team, his percentage of blocks on the team, right? So there's that. That's the cleaning the glass stuff right there, folks. Just like I said, just giving you another quick look. We're looking at the defense. Notice the numbers, how the percentages, and I'm telling you this for a reason because you're going to see when I get into the next couple stats and I give you my final synopsis. Oh, the big words. Let's go. All right. One more. Let me pull this up, and then that's it. And then I'm done with the comparison. Where are we? There we go. This is basketball. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, where's D's World at? And Uncle Fulio, where them guys at?
Man,
this they lane. I'm
telling you, I gotta do this because they ain't around right now. I gotta pick it up for them.
You making me feel like I don't know what the heck I might be talking about.
so let's take a look at these advanced stats on Basketball Reference. Remember how I told you guys that there's a plus and minus game stat that everybody looks at. Those numbers can be a little inflated. Sometimes they get really high. But when you look at a true plus and minus for what a player is doing out there on the court, what they're actually contributing to the team, that's the true barometer of plus or minus that you're about to see right now. And it's a lot smaller than you think, but still, it's still a plus or minus. All right, let me go back to this. Mitch. All right, now I can make this bigger, thankfully. Okay. No, I can't really. Damn it, man. These pages stink. Whatever. It is what it is, guys. So if you want to know where I'm at, I'm right here right now in this area where I just highlighted, okay? Now look at this last column right here. This is the defensive rating, right? Mitch's defensive rating in the 21 games started for the Knicks was 111. All right? Keep that in mind, 111, all right? His offensive rating was 129. We know who Mitch is. You know, it is what it is, right? Now, I want you to take a look at this. This is the box plus or minus. This is the overall plus or minus right here, because there's an offensive plus or minus. There's a defensive plus or minus. This is the overall plus or minus right here. Notice at the bottom here, 0.3, right? The defensive plus or minus is 0.8, and offense is minus 0.5, right? So this is actually in the 21 games, this 0.3% is the overall plus or minus that Mitch actually contributed to the overall positive play out there on the court. I know this sounds wild, right? You're like 0.3? What? I've seen Mitch. Let me tell you something. Just got to look at this in a different way, right? Now this is, but that seems like it's bad. It seems like a negative. You're like, damn, I thought Mitch did more to affect us out there. But hold on. But wait, there's more. All right. Win shares, right? This is an estimate of the number of wins contributed by the player, right? And I'm not looking at this 48 minutes. I don't like the fake stuff. This is, I care about the time they actually played. 1.8 win shares, right? So that means he affected a little over one win, maybe two wins, directly affected by what Mitch was doing out there. If you're looking at it from the way these numbers are looking, right? Let's go take a look at Isaiah Hartenstein. All right, hold on, folks. Hopefully this is new for me too to be able to look at these numbers. I'm not a numbers guy myself. I'm trying my best because this Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein was weighing on me. It was weighing on me. Oh boy. Now hopefully I'm sharing the right thing. Let me see what I put there. I put the cleaning the glass thing again. My fault, guys. I got too many windows open. Here it is. This is the one I need. Stop that one. It's this one. Yep. There we go. Okay. Now this is the Isaiah Hartenstein stuff here. Let me see. Can I blow this up at all? Make it a little better? No, that's pretty much it. But I'm in this area right here. Once again, highlighted yellow. All right. So defensive rating right here for this year, 112 where the players dwell. We already said Mitchell Robinson was 111. So very close right there. I don't think you can say one is really better than other when it comes to defense. So we're talking one, this is 1 point. Offensive rating, though, 133, and Mitch was 129. So there's a difference there, right? Now let's look at the box plus or minus that we were talking about before. 0.8, guys. All right. Mitch was 0.3. All right. Then look at the defensive box plus or minus 1.6. Mitch was 0.8. Like Andy's got good memory. So that's very interesting, guys. Now remember I told you about the win shares, like how many games, this is another thing to take a look at. Mitch was 1.8. So maybe you could say 2 games he affected, right? Hartenstein is 2.7, right? Almost 3 games, and he's only started, depending on what ESPN believes, 8 or 9 games. I'm just saying, it's something to keep in mind. So there you go with that. And so after looking at all these numbers, the conclusion to me on the surface is that Isaiah Hartenstein, so far in the short sample size of starting games compared to Mitch's 21, Isaiah Hartenstein's 8 or 9, whatever it is, Hartenstein looks like the better, more productive, all-around player from top to bottom, right? Everything I thought Mitch was good at, Isaiah Hartenstein seems to be right there. The steals, Isaiah Hartenstein's right there. The blocks, Isaiah Hartenstein's right there. The rebounds, Isaiah Hartenstein's right there. So that's it, guys. That's it. Trade Mitch. Keep Hartenstein. Oh, wait. Damn it. I forgot there was one more thing. Isaiah Hartenstein has looked his best in the past 3 games, where we have OG Anunoby to take the pressure off of him and Julius Randle. So now Hartenstein can just roam, play defense, grab the loose balls, the rebounds. Who did not get a chance to benefit from OG Anunoby, folks? Mitchell Robinson. So see, even all these numbers show that Isaiah Hartenstein is the better player, Mitchell Robinson didn't have the luxury of being able to just worry about his guy, do a little roaming, and stay home. He was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. What would Mitch do if OG was here with him?
See, you had a question for yourself, because I already had that question on deck. As soon as you said the ESPN 8 to 9 games, I was going to ask you, what are the comparison with those 5 games? Let's take those 3 OG games away. Let's compare that way. I was going to ask you that, but you know what I'm saying? You don't went from, I guess you didn't know the lead, so I guess you didn't know the glass, so you cleaning it up.
Yeah, well, I'm doing that. Like, I already kind of was thinking this stuff, but I couldn't get the stats the way I wanted to. So I have to put all the stats out there, show you what you want to see. I'm like a magician. I'm David Copperfield right now. I'm showing you the illusion, right? And showing you that it's clear cut. IHart is the one. But then I say OG Anunoby is a factor. And Mitchell hasn't benefited from that. So now you see the magic trick. Poof, it just exploded in front of your face. There you go. Voila.
You're more like Houdini. He's much older.
Yeah. Or as StreamYard would let me do. There you go.
Hey, his numbers gonna really change when they go get Dejounte.
Ooh.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. Like that. Look, I will say that to me, the bottom line is this: there's guys that don't like Mitch, and they haven't liked Mitch for what he hasn't really done. I would say I can understand that. But this season, Mitch came out different. This is the best I ever seen Mitch. And I don't want to penalize this guy for finally getting it right and then getting hurt. Like, this is the best. And it's not like, oh, Mitch had a couple good games. Mitch for 21 games looked better than I ever seen Mitch look. And so That's a positive thing. That's development, and that shows things. So we can't just not forget who the guy is and what he's been trying to do. If you give him OG, like Mitch is going to be a demon out there. I'm just saying. So keep that in mind. That being said, what I'm trying to say basically to all the Knicks fans, we need to keep Isaiah Hartenstein. Okay? We need to keep Mitchell Robinson. I think both of these guys need to be on this team. With the addition of OG Anunoby, and if we go out there and get another player who can play defense on the perimeter, whether it be Dejounte Murray, or if we go a different route and get another offensive player and then get like a secondary piece like a Caruso or whoever, just some guy who comes in and can play defense on the perimeter, you don't need the offensive firepower from the center position. You've got enough offensive firepower with the rest of the team, and the defense will be that so much better that we will nullify some of the other team's offense. So it's not like, oh, look at all that firepower they got over there. If we got the defense to stop them, that plays into our hands. So I'm just saying, I think the Knicks better pony up, open up them wallets, and Isaiah Hartenstein need to be a Knick going forward. And I think they still need to retain Mitchell Robinson for right now and see if it works. See if it works. Give this team a chance to go out there and show something. Because the bottom line is all these other teams are basically trying to beat each other with offense, except for the teams that went all in on defense. The Boston of the world, they went all in on defense. So they're in a really good spot. Milwaukee, come playoff time, y'all going to see some exposing going on when they can't stop the opposing team. They got great offense, but it's not, the playoffs is a different animal. You can't always just outscore the opposing team. You got to play some defense. Denver has showed you that. Denver plays defense, especially when it matters. Miami showed you that. Miami played defense, especially when it mattered. So I'm just saying, guys, I think we need to hold on to IHart and hold on to Mitch. Mitch definitely needs to earn, he's earned his shot to be here at least another year, to me. If you want to trade him, like now, once again, I've said all that to say this. If a trade comes along and like it's Joel Embiid or what, something like crazy, Mitch got to go, then he got to go. But right now, I'm just telling you guys, if you give Mitch what the opportunity that IHart is getting to play alongside OG, you might be surprised at the effectiveness that Mitch has with this team. He's already been great. Okay, I'm done. I've said it all. Now I got to go back to the guys. Andy, what's your thoughts now that I've completed my presentation? I'm hoping for a B+, but you know what I mean? An A wouldn't be bad. Okay, go ahead.
Listen, I think we covered this topic. I think it mostly what we didn't mention that I was thinking about when you were running through the stats is that the NBA as a whole has different reputation for Mitch than for IHart till this point, because I don't think that numbers show everything. I think you could easily say that Mitch is maybe a better help defender. I don't think guys are going to drive into the into the paint knowing that Mitch is around compared to where IHart is around there, right? So I think that's a thing that still isn't sorted out. But looking how IHart is going out for blocks, not caring and not doing any business decisions. He doesn't care if he gets dunked on or he gets that block, actually. I think, that might change in the next couple of weeks. But currently, I think that more of the NBA players are thinking, at least, while driving to the hoop when Mitch is on the floor compared to when IHart is on the floor. And I think that might skew the numbers a little bit. Me personally, though, like I said before, tons of times, not only on this show, it depends on the basketball philosophy that you run with. Me personally, I would pick IHart, like I said when we signed him on an NBK show, that when I was doing it with Sim, that IHart actually might get a Mitch run for his minutes.
I mean, I can't argue with that. Like I said, if it's one of those things, right? I see no reason why both of these guys can't still remain Knicks. I see that if the Knicks are going to spend money on somebody, they definitely should reward IHart. He's no Nerlens Noel, where we gave Nerlens some love because he was there for us. No, he not only does he deserve it, but it makes sense, right? However, if you were in a situation where you had to choose one, then yes, I'm with a lot of you guys. I would say iHeart probably should be the one you choose. But if I don't got to choose between one of these guys, I want them both. I think they fit what the Knicks are trying to do now. And the Knicks have already shown you they're scoring the basketball. Okay, now granted, I don't know about this Donte Divincenzo stuff is crazy. The way he's shooting 48% from three or whatever it is nuts right now. I don't know if he can keep that up, but I'm loving it. But yeah, man, I just think that we need to figure out a way to keep iHeart, and we still need to keep Mitch, because you haven't seen what Mitch can do having a guy like OG here. Like, once again, going back to, and I'm just saying this last time, going back to what this Knicks team was. This Knicks team was not that good, guys, when we had Reggie Bullock. We made the 4th seed, right, with Reggie Bullock. Okay, but Reggie Bullock was such a good defender with Elfrid Payton. Not only we made the 4th seed, we made a hell of a run. We won multiple games in a row at different spells because we played such good defense. Defense under Tom Thibodeau, when he's got the horses, is something special. So just keep that in mind. Shout out to John. What's up, my brother? Once again, he said, let's get to 200. Smash that like button, guys. Listen to John, man. He's a wise guy. He's not just my co-host. He's my friend. He knows what he's talking about. And if you haven't seen it in a while, it kind of looks like this. Yes. Smash that like button, folks. Please show your love for the show. Shout out to my guy Boulevard 73, the other half of the 718 boys with my guy Corey Lee on the Blorange Tears network. That's right, Blorange Tears, Sundays at 10 a.m. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. you guys are up, getting your breakfast, your coffee, a little croissant. You know, if you're whiz, you know, eating some berries and getting fed fruit and stuff with a champagne glass, mimosa, you know, tune into with the pinky up, right? Tune into the 718 boys on Blorange Tears at 10 a.m. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. Look at that, Boulevard. Appreciate you, my brother. Look at that. Time flies. And listen, if any of you guys out there are curious how you can support the show, maybe you don't want to do a super chat, maybe you want to do, you know, a membership where you join the channel and do like a little monthly one-time fee thing, which I'm not opposed to. I'm not, you know, I appreciate all the love you guys give me. It helps the show. This is how you do it. Look at this. You click join. You see join on the screen there. You click join this channel. When you click that, it gives you this right here. I'm gonna have to click it again because it's so quick. I should have made that longer. But what it looks like this: you got the orange and blue level, $1.99 a month, the John Starks level, $4.99 a month, and the 90s Knicks level, $9.99 a month. And that allows you to be a member, like my guy Boulevard, who's been a member for 2 months. All right, so I appreciate you guys once again. Salute to everybody. Look at 2 Knicks chicks in the building. Let's go. Pew, 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 pew. What up? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Great show. I saw some of it last night as I was editing stuff for today's show. But appreciate you guys, man. Love your content. I don't know if you were here earlier, but if you weren't here earlier, I shouted you guys out. You are a part of my 2024 Knicks community list. Looks a little something like this. So once again, guys, if y'all haven't checked out these podcasters, please show them some love. Nothing But Knicks, Knicks and Bruises, Dope Soul, Die Hard, Blorange Tears, Nick of Time Show, Morning Brew Sports Network, For Love of the Game, The Entertainer Talking Sports with my guy Chris, Guard Up Knicks, Real Talk with Divine and Shaw Powers, Legion of Knicks with Guillermo, The Organic Fanatics Show, Die Hard Giants, BX Sports with my guy, the Jedi Kev, Raw Hebrew, The Streets Are Buzzing, and the 2 Knicks Chicks podcast. Show them all some love. Appreciate their content and everything all of these content creators do for our Knicks community. We're growing and we're glowing, all of us, man. Salute to everybody once again. All right. So, Jay Boogie, now that I said that, what's your thoughts on everything? Bottom line, do you think there's a road where you think that it can happen, or you would like to see it happen between keeping iHeart here as well as Mitch?
Like I said earlier, I love to keep both of them here, because you need them. You never know when somebody goes down. And it's great to see Hartenstein doing what he's doing, holding the fort down and making a bigger name for himself. And it's at the right time, contract time and all that, He's played very well. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say he's played very well. He's outplayed 2 of the top 3 centers this year. You know, starting with the one in Minnesota, and then last night. You know, a key game is that Denver Nugget game coming up real soon. That's a key game. If he averages anything like 12 and 15 rebounds or anything like that, it's going to get more hectic. But I would love to see both of them stay here because you need that 1-2 punch. You need a 1-2 punch really at every position on the court. I mean, and that number 2 punch has to be, if not as dominant, almost as dominant as whatever the one is going to be. So when he comes in, he handles his business and does what he do. But it's going to be real difficult, you know what I'm saying? Because money is going to play his part. And I don't blame Hartenstein if he asks for more money. What he's getting, like, what, 10, maybe 11, something like that right now?
8.
I don't know.
He's 8 right now, right?
What is he getting?
8.
8 million? Yeah, he's in position where you can't be mad if he asks for more money. You can't be mad if somebody asks for him for more, offers him more money somewhere else. But we got our rights for him that we can match anything, you know, if we choose to. That's the downfall of it. Whether we match something, if we don't look to match something and he's being offered something, then we're just losing a good ball player for nothing. So Leon has to keep his thinking cap on what he needs to do and figure this thing out. But I would love somehow, some way for both of them to stay here and be a part of this team. And they're good friends. They're not in competition, never been in competition with one another. They always been there for one another to talk, communicate, let one another know what you're doing wrong, how you could do it better. And they're friends, you know. And to my understanding, Mitch is really like motivating him as he's playing these games while he's not playing. So that's a good thing. And it's a real good family situation, how I feel that we got going on with the Knicks. But it's going to be hard. And I understand business is business, you know, and friends is friends. And we're in a tough situation. And this guy's balling. He shouldn't even fear he shouldn't fear nobody in the East. Nobody. I look for him to feel like, yo, I'm better than you every time he get on the court. Now that knowing that he's not better than Embiid, but now that he showed that I can play against Embiid, then the rest of y'all in the East don't matter. Lopez, you don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I believe he can he can give what's the name some problems really, really now on Porzingis. So we're in a good position and we're only going to get better. You know, I wish the best for both of them. I wish both of them could be here, but it's getting ready to be tough, man. It's getting ready to be tough, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Leon's call. That's Leon call. Not saying he can't make it work, because Leon is making some moves that we don't think he would do. Like, we never thought he'd pull off that what's the name trade going over there to Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he made that happen with them people.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I gotta practice on what I say. Don't be laughing. I'm done with them dudes. Y'all can hold on to them guys and wish them and all that, which they would still. Y'all do that, man. I love what we got going on. Yeah, but Leon is trying to figure out what he got going on, man. And you know what I'm saying? So hey, you're gonna see, man. I'm gonna check out what Andy what Wiz got to say. I'm gonna get ready to hop up out of here. My baby just came in here and tapped me on the shoulder. She let me know what time. Dad, we going.
Let's go, Daddy. That's what she's saying. Let's go.
She want to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate your comments, Jay Boogie, as always, brother. And shout out to Randy Montavo. Salute to you, my brother. This is, these are like my day. Like, the good thing about, when you stream to platforms like Facebook, you run into your day ones. Like, I was playing in the Sandlot with my guy, man. This is kindergarten right here. This is my dude. What up, Randy? Appreciate you, brother. He said Hartenstein has better game flow. That is true. And that goes back to, that's why I didn't really want to get into too much of the offensive side of things, because Hartenstein is just a better all-around offensive player. He just has more skill out there. Mitch can work on things, but Hartenstein, that stuff comes naturally. He's a much better passer. His movement is just better. And it helps the overall team. One thing about this Knicks team, we're like an oxymoron. We are a good ball movement team with ISO players. We still do a lot of ISO ball, but we move now. So this is like the best of both worlds. And I never saw this coming, to be honest. There's been times where you guys remember 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, we were like, yo, these dudes just stand and watch they just watch Randall. Like, they watch RJ. That's all they was doing. Now we got guys that they still do their ISO stuff, but we are moving the ball. This year, this team, and I'm not going to give OG, all the credit for that. The Knicks, since day one of this season, have been trying to get more assists and move the ball. So shout out to the offense. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. You got to give them the coaches credit for that. They have been making a concerted effort to move the basketball this year. And now when you got other players in here, Divincenzo is a move the ball type guy. OG, as you can see, he don't stay still. He plays into the systems. He makes it look better. IHart now being a bigger focal point of the team with more minutes as a starter, helping that starting unit, which is ISO heavy, to move the ball. This is what's making us better. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's not. So once again, going back to the whole thing, is Mitch a really good defender? Yes. And would Mitch be really great right now with OG? Yes. But don't take away the fact of Hartenstein's impact on the way this offense moves. That is huge. So shout out to you, Randy. That's a good take. And shout out to anybody else. 2 Knicks chicks. IHart is better center. His game is not limited to just defense and rebounding. Yeah, skill-wise, that is the case. All around skill-wise, that is the case. What up? Craig is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Always good to see you. Rand Rock is here. D-Block is in the building. I'm doing rapid fire. William, all the way from Brazil, in the building. Salute. Hit him up. Style is here. Salute. Let me see. Cully's in the building. What up, Cully? The GOAT himself. Salute. Let me see here.
Yeah, I got breaking news.
They're delivering the salmon.
Here. I got to say breaking news. You got that fire. I'm giving you an A. An A, your first A from me ever.
Oh man,
your first.
You know what that deserves? An A from Wiz. Hey, you know me. Let's go.
Hey, yo, Rob, what kind of dance you was just doing right there, man? What you out there doing?
That they ain't up on that. Everybody talking about the West Coast, the stoop dog and all that. This is my West Coast arm movement. They ain't ready for this.
Okay, because I know you got a lot of blue on over there. I just wonder what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting scared right now. Hold on.
My bad. I didn't even peep that. My bad. Hold on.
Hey, look, I'm gonna jump off, man. I'm gonna jump off, man. But I'm gonna counterpunch on something that you said real thing, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? When Ron said, when you to rephrase that men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Numbers have been lying, y'all. The numbers have been lying. The reason why I say the numbers have been lying is, it's nowhere in the world that dude over there in Brooklyn should be having more numbers than what we got for this all-star voting. We don't even have Julius nowhere in the facility. And Brunson doesn't have enough numbers. What are we doing in the city? You appreciate, you love these guys, and you see the winning. You see what we're doing at night in, night out. You conversate about them. You talk about them, good or bad, but you appreciate what they're playing, but you're not pushing them buttons, man. And that's not right and exact for me. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is working hard all season, all year around, and they leading this team. And we had the toughest beginning schedule out of the entire league. And look where we at with the weakest part of our schedule on the way. Think we got like 12 to 15 games coming on? Come on, man. We got to push that button. You know what I'm saying? How you think them guys feel like if we ain't supporting them? They might shut down and stop playing. They don't really love me, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't get me where I'm supposed to be. You see what he done did to Trae Young and all that there. You see what he doing pretty much to all these guys. And he maxed out with the dude that we playing Maxey last night. You know what I'm saying? So with a victory in his building, So we got to appreciate what we got, until we get something better. Love and appreciate what you have, because they're working for you, but you got to work for them too, man. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself, man. I love y'all. Tomorrow's my first Sunday of the year. I'll be there praying for everybody, doing my ties. I got to continue on doing that, man. But everybody stay blessed. I'm going to hop off and take my little one. She wants to go to the movie. Daddy got to be daddy 24 hours all day, nonstop. So when people say, yo, what are you doing? And you got your kid, they want you to come go somewhere else. You don't stop telling them you're on babysitting. You don't babysit yours. You watch yours. That's yours. Stop using the word, I'm babysitting my own. You don't do that. You pay somebody to do that when you want to go do something. But salute, 3 capital S's, blessing, health, happiness. Love you guys. Love you, chat.
Peace, Jay Boogie. Oh, man. That's how you close it.
Exactly.
Always the best at that, bro. Shout out to Billy Goat. He said, go get Murray, and if he doesn't work out, trade him to the Cavs next season for Donovan. Ooh, that's one way to do things. Shout out to Glamour Knicks, by the way. I appreciate you, sis. Hopefully you're doing well. Always good to see you, and you always show love to the channel, man. And I can't tell you how much that means. Yeah. Word. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you once again for the generous super chat. He said, which iHeart, last night's or the OKC Orlando Indy iHeart? I see you, Parrish. I see you. Listen, you know, this is just one of them things, guys. But like I said, I don't want to have to pick and choose between these two guys. I would love to have them both here. As long as the Knicks, it goes back to the whole thing that we have always talked about. When you really look at the team, it's not about one player. It's about the totality of the team, making sure you got the right pieces. You can have a Mitch, you can have an iHeart, and still have a really good basketball team if you fill out the rest of the roster with the right pieces. And I think that's what the Knicks are trying to do right now. So we'll see. I think, I mean, we talk about iHeart is really pricing himself out of the Knicks, making himself so attractive to other teams. He's going to get the office. It's true. All we can hope is that the Knicks show him the same type of loyalty and respect they've shown to other players, to the Mitchells, to the Deuces. And he says, you know what? I want to be here. You know, every place I've ever been, I've had a good time, but this is the best place for me. There's a great group of guys. And, you know, I want to see where we can take this. And hopefully they give him enough money to satisfy him. So that way, when he gets offered more money, he says, you know, this is good enough for me. I like my role. They're going to give me more minutes and we're going to find out if I'm starting or not. But even if he's not starting, like one of these guys, if they're both here, is not going to start, right? But can we give them the same amount, like a good amount of minutes where they feel like they are starting? You know what I mean? And most likely the other side of it too is, throughout all of this that Mitch has been playing, you know, iHeart has been in the game a lot in the fourth quarters, even with Mitch being the starter. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's not being used and doesn't feel like he's a big part of this team. They can figure out a way to make it happen in my eyes. So we'll see what happens. But okay, outside of that, that's that, guys. That's that. I think we're over the iHeart Mitch thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to keep, you know, beating it over the head. But I did want to get to this, and then I wanted to get to the tonight's game. But before I get to tonight's game, I wanted to ask you guys about this, because this has been interesting. I never saw this coming. And I can't, to me, it's a little wild that it's even being brought up, but I understand it. Donovan Mitchell, Dejounte Murray, or Donte Divincenzo. What? You guys are like, what are you talking about, Ron? Divincenzo's already on the team. Yes, but apparently there's a contingent in the Knicks community that says, I don't want Donovan Mitchell. I don't want Dejounte Murray. I've already got Donte Divincenzo. Can you imagine? You see how crazy we are as Knicks fans? You guys remember when Donte got here? How people were like, what did we do? Why are we paying Donte all this money? Donte's out here. What is he doing? This is another bad front office move. Now look at everybody. Yo, look how good Donte is. He's shooting 48% from three. Look at Donte. He put up 38 points. Donte. Man, we are a fickle bunch, man.
The Riddle Mafia. All that stuff.
New York fans, we are wild, man. But I gotta love it because that's how I'm just used to it. It's New York, is what it is, man. Let me go to my numbers here. Let me see what do I got here. All right, let me show you guys, because there's numbers and then there's numbers, right? I'm gonna show you two different things with regards to Donte Divincenzo. I'm not going crazy like I did with the Mitch stuff, but you know, I just want to respect the guy because he is playing the way I thought he would play. The only thing that he's doing that I did not expect was how good he's shooting from three. I expected him to shoot better from three than a lot of the guys we've had here, because we weren't the greatest shooting team from the 3-point area, except for Brunson was doing great. But Donte has been doing fantastic. So let's share screen once again, get a little Donte flow. So, you know, we show him some love. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, here we go. Donte Divincenzo, you guys see it. He's averaging 10.7 points, 3.3 rebounds, 1.9 assists on 47% from the field. That's a great number. I think 44 or 45 is the league average. He's at 47. That's fantastic. Let's just look at the 3-point shooting here. Let me slow this down. Stop it, ESPN. Trying to get me out of here with YouTube. All right. So we already went through that. Now the free throw percentage is a little low, but it's passable. 75% from the free throw line. Okay, it is what it is. 3 rebounds, 1.9, blah, blah, blah. But look at that. The steal, 1.1 steals. That's good to see. Now, that number was 48%. It's already calmed down a little bit, but this is okay. This is great. 44.7%, almost 45% from 3 is fantastic. Fantastic. Guys, remember last year we was talking about, damn it, man, look at us playing Miami, and Miami is lighting us up. We could not compete with them. We needed another 3-point shooter. Enter Donte Divincenzo, folks. I give you the 3-point whisperer. No, I'm just joking. No, but Donte has been great at what he's been doing. He's now playing 21 minutes because he's in the starting role. I admit I was a little hesitant about it at first because I thought we needed to keep him on the bench to give us that added scoring. But the Knicks have found a way to make it work. And so I'm not mad at it at all. And Donte moves really well out there. And the way the Thibodeau staggers and the offensive coaches stagger the sets, he's on with the starters, and he's also a part of the bench. They stagger it nicely, so it works. Okay, so that's that, right? You guys see it. And also, so this is what I want to think about too. He's shooting 44.7. This is a career high for him. So I'm not saying it's not real. Just understand that this is a career high. His average since he's been an NBA player is 37. So expect him to come down here a little bit around this. He might be around 38, maybe 39. I don't expect him to stay at 44. If he does, fantastic. Okay. All right. So now that's that. Now let's look at this real quick. Cleaning the glass, little Donte flow, right? This is when we get into this. This is shout out to D's World of Hoops. He loved getting into all this, all mid. And I'm like, thanks for telling me, because I don't know. I'm like, what? So look at the 3-point percentage, 45% from all 3, everywhere on the floor. Non-corner threes, 42%. From the corner, 52% from 3, right? Whew. All mid-range, though. Look at that, 38%. Mid-range is not really his forte. A lot of his shots are just longer shots from the perimeter. Long mid, that's the long shots that aren't necessarily threes, but they're twos, like those long twos, 33%. The short mid, which is the layup, not layup stuff, but like the floater area, 39%. And then the rim, which is the layup area, 58%. Now, I know you guys look at this 58% and say that's a pretty good number. I'm actually a little disappointed in this number because if you remember, Dante's had a lot of opportunities at the rim where he's missed layups. So this number could be even higher. But I appreciate the fact that he has that ability that he can make this number higher because that's how explosive he is when he gets to the rim. But I just wanted to bring that up because I think this 58% really could be higher because he gets to the rim, man. Just sometimes he misses. But it is what it is. So, and his effective field goal percentage, which is huge, guys, 62.9%. That's a really nice number. Huge number right there. That's incredible. Very nice. So yeah, okay. All right, so that's that. All right, let me get that out of there. Stop sharing. Okay. So, what's your thoughts, Wiz, on Donte Divincenzo so far, what you've seen? Now that he's comfortable with the team, now you know his role, now he fits his role. How do you feel about him?
Wow. If you'd asked me this a month ago, I'd say get me any of those two guys in a heartbeat, no thought, no hesitation whatsoever. Oh, man. I think the combination, especially when I'm watching them move with OG and stuff, and they cut it and he's dishing inside, and I know he can finish better because he's got the verticality, and he probably should just dunk some of those shots instead of just trying to drop them in the basket because he has that elevation, easy elevation for him. I mean, they call him the elevator Jordan for, they didn't call him the elevator Jordan for nothing, because he really did have the hops. I mean, he lost some because of injuries. The tough part for me is that I see so much more potential with those other guys, with one of those other guys, to add to his game by being available and having those two switch off whenever they're out. He comes in. That I have to go for one of the other guys. And now the question is, which are the other guys I go for? It's got to be right now the Dejounte, lower cost, easier move, especially if you can keep Grimes and just use the Fournier contract and picks and have Dejounte as a trade piece later on if we need to, if it doesn't work out. But his defense is all around balance. Dejounte is almost like a IHart to Mitch combo compared Dejounte to Donovan, where Donovan offensively is way better, but the total game of Dejounte makes me feel better to have him on the team, plus his height, So right now, love Donte, love everything he does. I wouldn't be upset if we stay pat, keep and depend on him. I wouldn't be upset, but I prefer a move, and the move I prefer Dejounte.
Okay. I mean, I think I listen. I think that's fair. I can understand how you feel about that. I get it. Let's take a look at this real quick. Take a look at Dejounte Murray's. Now, I'm not going to go into his ESPN stuff, like the actual stats, guys. He's averaging 20 points per game, 5.5 assists. So that's enough. Just that's what Dejounte's doing right now for the Hawks, right? But when we look at this is his actual accuracy with regards to his shots. Just look at that last column if you can see it. Let me see. I want to make it bigger, but like I said, it doesn't benefit the way they got things set up on these pages. Like if I make it bigger, it cuts off stuff and you can't necessarily see anything. Let me see right there. That's the best I could do. See, it kind of reverted right back to where it was. This is the best it's going to be, guys. Sorry. I wish I could make it bigger. But look, all three, 39%. Now, we already saw Divincenzo was 45, right? Non-corner, 39. We know Divincenzo's was a little better than that. The corner three, 38%. Divincenzo's was like around 50. It was crazy.
Right. Wow.
But hold on now. Remember, I just want to throw this out there because I'm with you guys. Divincenzo looks great right now. Keep in mind, he's not a new player. He's been in the league many years. And on average, it says that he shoots around 37%. So I'm expecting that 3-point shooting is going to cool off a little bit. Not saying he still won't be good, but it's going to cool off a little bit, right? And so that brings these numbers a little bit more comparable to where Dejounte is at, right? And also, don't forget, Dejounte is shooting better this year than he really has ever shot before when you look at his numbers too.
Right.
But then we get into Dejounte's bag, right? The all mid, 49%, right? Long mid, those long twos that are almost threes, but he's right in front of the line, 50%. This is not like two shots, guys. This is a lot of shots. 46 of 92. His all mid was 125 of 254, right? Short mid, 79 of 162, 49%, right? Then at the rim, 55%. Very nice. His effective field goal percentage is 53.7. A very nice, consistent number. Obviously, we saw that Donte's was even higher, incredibly nice, over 60. But remember, he's shooting out of this world right now. So like I said, I'm not saying you guys are wrong when you say Donte is giving us what we need. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it for the whole season. Just like when we saw RJ Barrett in his first 8 games shooting incredible. That went away quickly.
Yeah.
Divincenzo's a better shooter than RJ. So once again, I'm just saying it for comparison points, but we know Divincenzo's a way better shooter. But this is what I'm saying. But the whole thing about this, the reason why I brought it up is the 3-point shot is supposedly the hardest shot to make in the NBA. The corner is the easy one, but for the most part, right? But Dejounte's game is not predicated on the three. He can shoot the three, but his mid-range game, when you press up on him on the three, he can break you down off the dribble, do a pull-up, hit that little midi. That thing is water. And then you know he can get to the rim because he got that type of style, that flair. I'm just saying something to think about, right? Keep that in mind when it comes to if you think you'd rather have Divincenzo over Dejounte Murray. Let me do one more for you, and then I'll get back to the Wiz's take. And obviously, if anybody's out there wants to join the panel, by all means, that you see the link is in the chat. I'm gonna get out of here soon, but I want to get through this and then kind of just do a little preview of tonight's game, and we'll be out of here. So we got one more, as you can see it. Let's see here. Share screen. You guys know this guy. Let's go back to shooting accuracy. Boom. Now check this out. This is very interesting, guys. You know, I'm a big fan of Donovan Spider Mitchell, right? All three. Now let's look at this bottom category once again, the one that's kind of highlighted right now that I'm
on the screen right now.
Right. 37% from all three, right? 37% from the non-corner. 33% from the corner. 33% from the corner. Some say the easiest three-point shot to make. He's shooting 33%. That's not that great. All mid, 43%. Right? Long mid, 53%. That's pretty good. It's a nice number. There's those long three-point shots. I mean, long two-point shots. They're almost the threes, but they're inside the line. The short mid, 35%. At the rim, 65%. That's an incredible number. Okay. Very aggressive at the rim. He's a great finisher. Effective field goal percentage, 53%, 0.8, which is almost similar to Dejounte's effective field goal percentage overall. Yep. So his game right now seems a little bit different. Right now, Donovan Mitchell looks like he's become a inside slasher type guy. He is not shooting the three-point shot that well. His mid-range game has not looked as great as it has in the past. And the only shot that he's really knocking down is that long two. Everything else, he looks like he's driving to the rim, getting layups or dunks or whatever it is. And so that's how he's been effective. Mind you, he's still averaging around 26, 27 points per game, whatever it is, but he's doing it differently. So can you count on that? Yes, because getting to the rim, if he can do that and be that effective, then yes, you can count on it. My whole thing is, if I'm looking at the two guys, technically I think Dejounte would be the more consistent type player, because if you're playing a defense and they take away the inside, if they've got rim protection, that's going to be tough for Donovan to get in there and do what he wants. So he's going to have to settle for mid-range shots or three-point shots. And if that's the case, it looks like Dejounte Murray is better suited to knock down those mid-range twos or even hit a three, right? So to me, Dejounte looks like the better player from that standpoint. And defensively, you already know Dejounte's the better player between those two defensively. Exactly. So I just wanted to bring this up so that people can get an idea, because a lot of people are saying they'd rather have Donte DiVincenzo right now than either of those two guys. Why make the trade and give up assets when you got something already? Just think about this. This is the type of stuff that I want you to kind of consider. And did I pull it? Were you able to see this? The spider stuff? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, guys. Well, this was the spider stuff that I was reading. Once again, let me read it again because I thought it was up. 37% all three, 37% non-corner, 33% from the corner, 43% from the mid, which is not terrible, but not as good as Dejounte. 53% long mid, which is really good. 35% short mid, and then 65% at the rim. Once again, all I'm saying is Dejounte looks like the better mid-range shooter. He also can score and be effective at the rim. And his effective field goal percentage is right there with Donovan. Very similar. I just think that combination of him being maybe a better player to have in a playoff run when the defense is trying to clamp down and take away the three-point shot and also take away shots at the rim, having a guy like Dejounte who can knock down that mid-range consistently and also give you that good defense with that long wingspan, something to think about, guys. That's something to think about. That's it. So what's your thoughts now that you kind of know a little bit more about the stats, Wiz? You still feel like you'd rather have Donte over Dejounte or Donovan Mitchell?
No, for me, it's a clear case. Murray is the D we want because Murray brings the D as well. I'm talking about defense.
Oh no, I got you. That was a pause, but I see where I see where you went there.
I'm talking about defense.
Yes.
So
yes.
so
but that was clever because they're all the names start with D. I see what you did.
Exactly. triple D right now. Would it be? I imagine having all three of them on. I'd be crazy, but that'd be too greedy.
Right.
But yeah, Dejounte would be my man that I would want to have. Started. Donte come off that bench, and then sometimes even play together. Because when Brunson is rested, imagine both of those two on the floor. I mean, it's crazy actually. Brunson's three is crazy also right now as well. So and Brunson gets inside. So oh man, I think we're contenders right away. I think right now we are competitive. I think Dejounte makes us contenders. Talking about ECF, even championship contenders with him. I really do believe that. I think we're competitive enough to possibly make it to the ECF, but I think we're contenders to make it to the finals and possibly even win a chip with Dejounte Murray. So, so either of those steps is a big step forward for us. Because going to the ECF with this, lineup makes us look like we're on that path and we're just one piece away. And therefore, Dejounte coming in could be that piece. And again, people talk about how he worked with Trey, but this is different. I think even our overall team allows him to have better spacing and better guys to pass the ball to. Just having Julius alone to pass the ball to, because yes, he had Trey. But Atlanta doesn't have a Randall. And then with the OG, helping on D and help take some of the relief off. And with, Brunson really fighting inside. And then don't bring up IHart. Now we got a center like that. I think the Knicks is such a better team, much better team than Atlanta, that we don't even see the best of Dejounte because of the people around him and the scheme they have. So, I think we're contenders with that man on the team. So that's my first choice. I love Donovan, though, man. That's another heartbreak when we is like Mitch. If we got to get to Mitch and also don't get Donovan, those that's New York's heart to me, man. Those guys who would love to be here and we love to have here. It'd be tough to say no to them and watch this guy, fade away in Cleveland. Because we get Dejounte, Cleveland is not going to win a chip. They're different out of the picture, and he's going to sit there dreaming about being in New York. So he may go Brooklyn though. Brooklyn's not bad. Stadium's empty all the time, but they're not bad. Kind of like Shea Stadium, Citi Field, what do we call that place? Is it called Citi Field now instead of Shea Stadium? You guys
man,
sold
look
out?
at this guy. Yes, it's Citi Field, man. You know what it is.
Citibank Field. Yeah, Citicorp Field, whatever. But yeah,
it's hurtful.
I like D Murray.
Well, I think it's interesting. It's interesting what you say there, Wiz. And so I think that I'm not the biggest fan of Dejounte Murray as a person, but it is what it is. And I kind of said if he's the player that the Knicks want to get and he can kind of come into this situation and rock with us and do what we need him to do, then I'm okay with Murray. And I kind of think Murray is the better person to put in with this current roster, what we got going on right now, over Donovan. If we wound up with Donovan, would I be upset? No. I just think Murray is the better fit and gives us more versatility and allows us to be a bigger problem for other good teams in the NBA, especially now that we got OG and what iHeart's doing. I just think that works a lot better. And if Deuce can get that confidence level up and get his defense going, like I mean, we could be a nightmare out there for teams. With the way Hart and Divincenzo hustle. Like there's a lot to be said about it. So Jay from PR says Murray needs the ball to be effective, not going to work here. I don't know. I mean, Trae Young, Rayford Trae Young, that's his full name, you know, if you don't know, is one of the highest ball usage players in the NBA. He's at 30% of the ball usage for his team. Dejounte Murray is at 23%, right? Now you might say, well, how does that stack up against what the Knicks do? Julius Randle is at 28.6% ball usage. And Jalen Brunson is at 27.6 ball usage. And you might say, well, damn it, if they are both at that level of ball usage, then what Jay's saying from PR is correct. Dejounte's not going to be able to have the ball like that, and so he's not going to be as effective. Well, what would you say if I told you that Emmanuel Quickley's ball usage was 23.6 when he's with the Knicks? I already told you Dejounte Murray was 23. He's actually 23.7, and he was averaging 20 points per game with 5.5 assists. So he automatically takes Quickley's usage and fits right in. You might say, well, okay, but then you got Divincenzo. So what do you guys know what RJ Barrett's ball usage was here? And we had all four of these guys. RJ Barrett's ball usage was 26.6.
Yes.
So 23 from Quickley, 26 from Barrett, and you still had 27 and 28 from Randle and Brunson. There's ball usage here for Dejounte Murray.
Yes.
So he will be effective. It can work. I just want to throw that out. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if somebody's channeling their stats through me. All of a sudden, I'm looking at stats. Who is this? Who am I? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know where this is coming from. But
start the search. You got hit by lightning or something.
Yeah. I don't know. This is wild stuff. Anyway, I see what you're saying there, though. I got you, Jay. I hear you. Listen, there is less clutter. There is more space. There is more lane without having so many guys with ball usage. All we're talking about is really adding one more. Really, we subtracted two. Donte is not someone who's got a heavy ball usage. He moves the ball. OG is not somebody with heavy ball usage. He moves the ball. So we're only talking about adding one more. And one more, remember, a Dejounte Murray who can take control of the team when Brunson is on the bench. We won't miss a beat. Like, he'll do it differently, but he'll do it. Right. And that defense will be better than RJ. Might be equivalent to what Quickley was doing out there. But
with height,
you know,
and wingspan, yeah.
With height and length and wingspan. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Apollo says Murray is a waste. I don't know why you feel that way. I don't know. I'm just looking at his numbers and what he's doing with a heavy ball usage over there with Trae, and he's still putting up some really good numbers. I mean, maybe he's not a Robin to a Batman type player, but like, it is what it is. And if we bring him here, he has a chance to compete for a championship.
I think Apollo is either a Lakers troll or a Sixers troll trying to get Dejounte.
No, he's a Knicks fan. He actually loves Julius Randle and was mad at me because he thought I hated Julius. I don't hate Julius. I like Julius. That's another reason why I don't think Julius is going anywhere. But that's just my opinion.
I respect Julius a lot, a hell of a lot. Like, I'm okay with him.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so Apollo says, Ron, his number's good, but we got to give up a lot. That's true. It's fair. But let me tell you something, Apollo. This is another thing that all of us Knicks fans have to understand. The Knicks are done in the rookie talent acquisition. They do not care about drafting players. Tom Thibodeau is not going to play these players. We are at that next step of progression. Now it's about how we can build upon guys we got, how we can bring in young veteran players who understand how to play basketball, and if they've been on winning teams or have championship experience, those are the type of guys the Knicks want here. So them young guys, the rookies, the draft, they don't care. Let me tell you something. If the Knicks have draft picks in this draft, right, coming up, and the Knicks have a solid, say the Knicks have a solid playoff showing, we get back to the second round, or maybe even get to the ECF, the Eastern Conference Finals. When it comes time to draft, to say the Knicks had 2 or 3 draft picks, I wouldn't expect the Knicks to draft any of those players. I would expect the Knicks to trade off of those picks and move them to get more assets, more picks, only to set themselves up so they could use it in a trade. I'm just telling you, the Knicks do not care about bringing in anybody else that's going to sit on the bench and develop right now. We are ready to make that next step. So at this point, what's the point of the picks? You might as well trade them and bring in the guy you need.
And again,
and we're not getting.
What
do you say?
Our picks this year are Washington protected,
right?
Not going to convey.
Right.
Detroit protected, not going to convey.
Right.
Dallas protected. Dallas is balling.
Maybe it'll convey. We'll see.
But it's probably going to convey in the 20s.
Right.
And then our pick, doing what we do, we should make it enough to be in the 20s as well. So you're talking about pick number 24 to 28, probably as our 2 picks. Can we package those and move to like 16? I don't know about lottery or not. It's possible. Is that 16th player someone that Tibbs will play next year? Or we're trying to get him ready for 3 years from now? If that's what we're thinking about, having a player that's going to be ready 3 years from now, when Brunson is in his new contract time, and when new contract time, basically, they know 15 and higher rated rookie that's going to come in and help us with a chip next year. So that's why we're looking for the chip. We got to make the moves to make, and we're not going to give away all 4 of those picks, by the way. So if we give away Detroit and Washington and Dallas, we still have our own and Milwaukee's next year. And again, we could package any of those to move up to get a 16th draft pick if we want to. But I'm just saying the pick is not going to be something that's going to help us in the next 3 years. Again, nor will we give that many picks to lose all those picks and not have a pick.
Right.
So it's not like, I think Dejounte can be had for 48 to match salary. And Atlanta's not looking at, maybe they're going to look at Deuce after last night, thinking he's the next trade. No, not going to happen. Maybe Grimes is the next trade. A little defense. Maybe it's Dejounte replacement. But they may have similar games. Trey may have won that. If they're going to trade him, they're going to trade him and get those pieces to find a player that's going to help them next year and all the future and start going. Maybe they blow it all up. So I just don't think that it's going to cost us too much to get Dejounte.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Cam from the Kickback. Salute. He said, yo, Ron, salute, brother. Glad I was able to get back home and catch you, man. What a win last night. Big showing by the bench and on the road. Big win. Salute SKF fam and the chat. Salute to you, Cam. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to Paris Duggar. He said, thank you for the generous super chat. He said, confession, I got an iHart ahead of by a hair, though. Yeah, I hear you. I you know, it's real, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if he was talking to me. What? I don't know why Ron make Parrish hate Randall. What? Why?
Oh, man.
Why would I make you hate Randall? I'm confused. I don't understand. Like Randall
Parrish
has been playing great.
By the way. There's no one can influence Parrish.
Right. I don't know why he says that. I don't know. If anything, listen. Well, oh no. My fault. Actually, you know what? I do remember Parrish has always felt a certain way about Randall, but that's because Parrish was an Obi guy. Parrish loved Obi Toppin and the youth and what he thought he could bring. So there was a natural thing there. But Parrish got to understand. Parrish knows that Julius Randle, up until last night's game, has been playing out of his mind for the past 20 games. I mean, he's been fantastic. Okay, look, we can't second guess that. It is what it is. The numbers, like Obi wishes, and I don't want to talk about Obi, but Obi wishes that he could have a little bit more of some of the stuff that Julius does display out there sometimes. That being said, Julius still has some stuff that he needs to continue to work on. But when you really look at it, all Julius has to do is finish out this season and continue to do what he's doing in the season in the playoffs. He don't got to change nothing. He just has to keep playing the same way he's been playing. That's the problem. When he gets into the playoffs, he's had setbacks, and last year he got injured, and then it affected him. So we can't listen. Sometimes you catch bad breaks, but we got to understand that the bad breaks are happening. Don't just say all of a sudden, well, Julius has showed that he can't come through in the playoffs. First off, when we looked at the numbers last year against Miami, Julius had 3 good games against Miami. 2 of them were really good. All right. So all I'm saying is the only setback, that ankle was the setback. If it wasn't for the ankle, Julius might have destroyed the narrative and people would have been saying, okay, look, he played well in the playoffs, but that ankle messed him up. Yep. All right. So it is what it is. But whatever, we'll see. Let's give him another chance to prove himself and see where we go. Shout out to Parrish, man. I hear you, brother. I hear you. And shout out to Sherwin.
Julius was team chemistry. That's the only thing I had against Julius was team chemistry in the past few years. That's it. Nothing else. Talent-wise, hands down, better than Obi. And I liked Obi a lot. I was definitely an Obi hive, but not Obi hive enough to not recognize that Randall is the better player and is more valuable to us and had to be given a chance to redeem himself for the potential chemistry or people he may have caused. Otherwise, man, this is the man. Right down, I'm almost Randall hive, almost. Not there yet.
Yeah. Shout out to Parrish. He says, I'm riding with this inside first Randall. Yes, because this is the way he should be playing. This is where he shows his dominance because someone had to tell him, dude, nobody's going to be able to guard you when you go out. When you play inside out, nobody can stop you. You just have to keep doing it. And he's been doing it. So let's give him credit for continuing to do it. And I want to point to the fact that part of the reason he looked so bad last night is because he started shooting all these perimeter shots again. How you go 1 for 7 from 3? Like the shot wasn't falling. And instead of him saying, oh, let me take it inside and start working inside again, he kept shooting threes. I'm like, something's not right here. Maybe thankfully Tibbs said, you know what, let me sit you down. We got a back-to-back, brother. I need you tomorrow. That was the best thing for Julius because he was just like, that's not what are you getting away from everything good you were doing this year. You don't got the shot going, and so you continue to take those shots instead of enforcing your will inside. I know that Joel Embiid's there, but who cares? You know,
you challenged me from last year. I was on Freezer show, and that's my first. I came out and said, Randall's got to stop taking those threes when he's missing them. I tell you, once you know, I think all of us have played some kind of sport. And you know when you're feeling the shot. You know when you're not off the shot. You don't know quite when you're in the middle, but you know when your shot's off. It just feels wrong. It just something happens to your body where you go, man, it's not going in. Not going in. After 3 or 4, you start to go, whoa, something is off. Once you get there, if you go beyond 5 3-point shots and you're over 4, 1 for 5. That's where I have a problem with Randall. That's where my problem started with Randall. I said, Randall, when you're doing 1 for 8 and 2 for 9 and 2 for 10, that's where I had a problem. From 3-point, when you shot more shot attempts at 3 than the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, maybe except for Bird, Steph Curry, he was outshooting Steph Curry on 3-point attempts. I mean, Steph Curry, who does logo shots and turns it back. He does logo shots and turns his back and goes, nothing. And you're taking me that you're going to shoot more than he does? And then when you go to 1 for 6, 1 for 7, and keep shooting, that's it. So now this round is what I've been hoping for. Inside out, like you said. Take a couple of threes. Keep them honest. If you hit a few, I'm okay with to keep going, just like I was with Deuce yesterday. I wish coach had left frame for a little bit longer. Because when they got a guy going 4 for 4, and that ball is swish through the net, you got to be like, Grimes. I was gonna bring Grimes, Brunson and take Deuce out, but You know, he got good defense, Deuce. It's good enough. But shooting like that, even give up a 2-pointer to somebody, Grimes, come out. Let's just, Brunson, give Deuce a couple more shots. And then you take a couple of your own. And if those two are in for 3 minutes together yesterday, I think we could have seen like a combo of like 10 out of 11 3-point shots between those guys, smashing that basket and crushing Philadelphia even more than we did yesterday. And that's, you know,
I hear you. I mean, I'm with you on that. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. That makes sense to me. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Craig. And shout out to Paris. Like he says, Obi and quickly in Toronto by the deadline. I mean, that would be crazy if that happens. That would be wild.
Nice. That would be nice, though. I'd like to see that.
Hey, Craig he be poking fun at Julius Randle. He don't like Julius Randle, but he's probably going to wind up an All-Star. Craig, I wouldn't put it past that. Like I said, I think it's going to happen somehow.
Yeah.
Whether he be voted in by the coaches or by injury, I think he's going to be an All-Star when it's all said and done. I don't know about Brunson.
He's trolling though. I thought it didn't cross my mind yesterday though. It didn't cross my mind when that happened. It didn't cross my mind when I go, oh, Randall's off, and the list came out today, and he's on it. I wonder if it's messing with him a little bit, and he's got to just get himself together and be like, those fans are stupid, man. Just play my game. I mean, I wish he would, you know.
I mean, it's wild, man. Like he is literally one of the best power forwards in the game right now. And he's been playing like it. So for him to get snubbed, it doesn't really make sense. I can understand Brunson only because there's so many guards that are playing well. But for the power forwards, there's not many power forwards that are playing better than Julius Randle. So I'm just saying it is what it is. Yeah, they're not on the starting squad, but that doesn't mean they won't show up on the reserve squad or show up due to injury concerns, because there's guys that are hurt that may not be able to play. And the way they do it now with the All-Star game, where it's kind of like wide open, they just pick players and then they put them in the pot, and then they get the 2 team captains and they just pick from there. So that gives them a shot. Oh, I guess my hold on, let me fix my green screen here. I hit it from and it flipped down. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm back. Technical difficulties.
Oh man, I think
that's also a sign, guys. That's a sign. Like, Ron, you've been rocking for a minute. It's over 3 hours. It's time to get up out of here.
I think Randall did that because you don't like him.
Randall must have heard I was talking a little bit about him. Like, that's not why I'm upset. No. All right.
Yeah, man. So today's game.
Yep, today's game.
Yeah.
Let me pull up this this stuff real quick. Hold on. Let me share the screen. There we go. There we go. And I'm back, better than ever. So let's see. Apollo says, yeah, they both deserve it, Ron. Honestly, Trae Young should not be on it, period. Fans love him. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Shout out to D Block. He said, that's the crazy part, is we all can see that as a fan, and this is the frustrating part with Randall, like he has low IQ or court awareness to figure out what to do. Sometimes you see him, he anticipates double teams and passing out of double teams well, and then sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he realizes, I need to take myself inside and get it back going, even after I've taken a couple threes. For whatever reason last night, he just chose to keep pulling. I don't know why. Oh, and shout out to Nice. What's good, Nice? It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you, bro, you and your family. He says, once we get D Murray, Knicks will become bad news bears for the entire league. We'll see, man. All right, so let's get to this game preview for tonight's game and get up out of here. You guys can see it. The Knicks versus the Washington Wizards tonight. I think it's a 7 p.m. start. It should be an interesting game. Hopefully the Knicks don't play down to the competition. The Wizards are a Fugazi team. I don't care what nobody says. I don't know what that is. I'm really upset. Let me tell you something. I got Jordan Poole in 3 of my fantasy leagues, and he is killing me. He is killing me. So Jordan Poole, you stink. Okay, you stink. That's facts.
It makes no sense at all. He gets his own team, like he says, "This is my team," and ends up averaging 14 points or something like that.
Dude, the other day he had 8 points. I said, "You stink, Jordan Poole." The Wizards had 102 points. He had 8. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Oh,
So, and then the funny thing is, just look at these numbers. Like for the season, Knicks are averaging 115.6. The Wizards are averaging 115.4, and it's not because of Jordan Poole. Whatever. 45.5 rebounds, 39.1 for the Wizards, 23.9 assists, 27. They're moving the ball over there in Washingtonville. 7.4 for steals, 7.7. That's a wash. 3.5 blocks to 5.3. Washington has Gafford, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Gafford is great at making block shots. 12.5 turnovers to 13.3. 46.6 from the field to 47.9. That's a wash. 37.8, almost 38% from 3 to the Wizards 35. And then 77.5 from the free throw line to 76.7 for the Wizards. That's a wash. In the end, it looks like the Knicks should win this game. We all know that the way the Knicks are playing, they better win this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all about how they win this game. You know what I mean? Shout out to Glamour Nick. She said he's not using the opportunity given to him. That's 100% facts. I don't know. Jordan Poole is wild to me. Maybe they need to bring in some of them LA baddies to the stadium so he can have some eye candy to look at because he's not focused. He needs something to play for.
Spice in the audience.
I don't know what it is. It's crazy.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That's right. LA does have some baddies compared to DC. New York got some too.
They say he has a wandering eye and he likes to put on a show for them. So I mean, that's what Washington needs to fly some in. That is what they need, man. He needs, or they need to get him with what Brittany Jenner or whatever her name is. You know, she seems to be one around the league making that she got with the wrong Wizard. She should have got with Jordan Poole. He needs something. I don't know. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, that's disrespectful. I'm out of here with this guy. I'm just so mad at Jordan Poole. You know, he's killing me in fantasy. You guys don't get it.
I'm mad because he's talented. He's got the shot. He's got the skills. I'm mad because he's wasting his skills.
Like he's killing me, guys. You got to understand. It's not just like it's not like I picked him in the 28th round or something. I picked Jordan Poole fairly early, like somewhere in the teens. Like that's a high pick for me for Jordan Poole. I could have got somebody better. I'm all right. I'm done. All right.
Hey, do you think Kuzma can pay the 2?
I mean, I like Kuzma. I was always on the fence when you brought him up for the trade because I wanted to know how he fits with the Knicks because to me, Kuzma is a power forward. He can play small forward as well, but I think he's a power forward. So how do you use a Kuzma with Randall?
You got to play the 2 though if he comes here because the OG's got to stay.
Yeah, you can't have
3.
Kuzma at the 2. He'd get killed by 2s.
I don't know, man.
Remember, it's not just about him. But he's gonna get killed by 2s because he's a bigger body and just a slower mover compared to 2 guards. There's going to be some 2 guards that run all around him,
and then he's going to crush them on the other end.
Yeah, now he will be able to if he can get close to them. Can he stop their shots with his height and his length? Yeah, but they're going to try to cut him up and take him to the rack and make him run around. Like guys like Kuzma, who's a power forward / small forward, they're not supposed to be running around the court that much. Like that's why point guards and 2 guards, they got that it's a different energy. They move quick. They got to be running around.
How about this one? Would Kuzma come off the bench? Think he would be okay with that?
I don't think the Knicks would be okay with paying him what he is going to get paid to come off the bench. True.
We'd rather get him on to Josh Hart. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, some guys wouldn't mind taking, a lesser role to be a part of a chance to win something. And I'm sure, don't get me wrong, Kuzma would love to be in New York. I know he would love to get off of that Washington team and be on a winning team, but I just that money he's making would be a lot.
I mean, it's the setting contract too, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find ways to get Kuzma on our team because
I know you've been trying to get Kuzma forever. I hear you. So yeah, shout out to D-Raz. What's good? Salute. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Long Island Sound, what's good, my guy? Yeah, I know, man. I know you don't know how mad I am. I've never picked Jordan Poole in my life, and this is the first time. And he's
I would have
ripping me
done
up.
it too, by the way. I would have done it.
I mean, like, because that's the thing, guys. In fantasy sports, I don't know why I'm getting into this, but sometimes what you try to do is when you put together a team, you pick your core players that you want, that you need, right? And then you try to get those gems. Like, okay, let me get the Jordan Poole, because if he goes nut and has a crazy season, that's going to give me what I need to take me over the top. And on the flip side, it could be what can ruin you too. So he's ruining me. All right. Anyway. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. So, Wiz, your thoughts on tonight's game? You think the Knicks are going to win?
Yeah, I think we're in the right mentality, right state of mind. I think Randall will get over his missing name on the All-Star ballot right now. So I think he's going to change his mentality to let me show them who I am. They don't appreciate me. None of them don't appreciate him. That they're not coming out. They're not turning out. And he knows the popularity vote. So it's like, you know what? He's got to find. He went home. He did some woosah and some breathing. Got a massage and go. Why am I even thinking about that? I'm going for chip. This is a shut everybody else up. So I think they're coming back strong. Tonight's game, I think we're gonna come on from last night's game. I think we're gonna come out there super strong tonight. Maybe the next game we have a little letdown. But I think tonight we're going to come out super strong. Mostly Randall is going to come out with a vengeance. And, of course, IHart knows he's got to keep the game up to show that he's worthy of being in there. So I call it a blowout, Knicks blowout, baby. All the with a front from start to end blowout. Talking about like a 35-22 first quarter. And then we roll from there on. Oh, is that the coolest prediction?
Wow. The coolest is like, yeah, man. Woo-wee.
So we're in the same boat, the coolest. Yes.
I mean, I think they're gonna blow them out, but I don't know if I can predict that high of a score. But I will say I think definitely 18 or more points. I think this will be a comfortable, convincing victory. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to you, D Coolest.
One caveat: if this happens, you will admit he's going to be one of the greatest punkers of all time. Tonight, Deuce will posterize Poole for you for messing up. He'll posterize it. Hey, this is from Ron. You messed his fantasy up. Boom, when he walked away.
Oh man.
Then you come next week, come back and say, Frank, Wes, you're right. You're right. Deuce is the man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see. Okay, if that happens, then I'll give you credit, Wiz.
Thank you very much.
You got it, brother. Shout out to JJ. JJ just knows how to make me feel worse. Look at this disgustingness. Poole had 2 points last night. Are you kidding me? This dude gets his own team and his 2 points.
I saw that too. I didn't want to say it. I thought you were ready to do that, so that's why I didn't say it.
Oh my goodness, man! I can't. I'm done. I might even drop him. I'm so mad. I might just drop him and not even try to trade him. Who wants him? I might just drop him. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And shout out to Craig. Job been back for like 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
And in the All-Star list, All-Star is based on celebrity, and that's 100% facts. It's a popularity contest for the fans. Fans do not vote on talent; they vote on their players that they want to see. Like, if there was a guy that is loved by everybody and is on the bench and doesn't play more than 2 minutes a game. If he's loved by everybody, don't be surprised if he's on the All-Star ballot and gets a lot of votes. That's why the voting system is trash when it comes to that. And they really got to figure something out about it. It's just stupid. But that's why, I mean, I'm saying this, don't get me wrong. I'm saying vote Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle into the All-Star game because they deserve it. And it's good for our brand. It's good for our Knicks team. It's good for them personally. But I don't care. When the All-Star game comes on that Sunday at 6 p.m. as it usually comes on, guess who won't be watching it? This guy. I don't watch All-Star games. I don't care.
Yeah,
I think it's the worst brand of basketball, but I just think it's something that shows the level of success some certain guys have achieved. But I really don't care about the game itself. And that's the NBA's fault. They've made it that way. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got for today. Wiz, you got any final words?
Great show, man. Now that my final words is again to Deuce. Yesterday, actually, Thursday night, I was with Freezing. I said I'm going to Deuce's Instagram. I'm going to DM and said, "Yo, Deuce, tomorrow night in Philly, go off like you haven't before." Look what happened. So today I'm going to go to Instagram right now and say, "Deuce, posterize pool for my boy Ron." And say, "That's what's sucking this year. Look out, Ron." That's all I got to say. Knicks big tonight. Kept watching on the 100. We're going to go over 130. We're going to show the league that we're for real. Weak teams are going to destroy. Strong teams are going to beat handily, like we did last night. I'm proud of these Knicks boys. I'm mad that Dejounte didn't get traded during the show today, so he can stay on another 2 hours of the game.
It is what it is.
But
man.
Thanks so much for having me on, man. I appreciate you, man.
I
Great show tonight. Great Wiz. Knowledge. Dropping the stats. You're just coming through with knowledge and brilliance. Something happened to you, man.
We trying, man. We trying. We gotta. It's 2024. I'm trying to elevate my game and my stuff, man. I mean, don't expect it all the time because it takes time for me to be looking at the stuff.
I expect you to fall back to who you are, just like the Mets. Just like the Mets.
Oh man. Man, something told me that you can only let Wiz talk for so long. Gotta get him out of here, man. Thanks, Wiz. I appreciate you, brother.
All
right, man. So guys, once again, thank you for being here and rocking with me. This has been another great show. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button if you subscribed. Thank you for liking the content. We never quite got to 200 likes. I think what did we get to? We got to 177. So as I always say, smash that like button on your way in, smash that like button on your way out. Show your love for the show. I appreciate it. I thank you guys for being here and rocking. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched on Instagram. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched on Facebook. Appreciate the love. I definitely I can't do this without you guys, man. You guys are the best chat in the business. You definitely support me and show me mad love. So once again, support our fellow content creators. Continue to support these New York Knicks. We are doing good things right now. Believe in the team because they need it. That's going to fuel them. Show up to the game. Show them some love. And continue to support our guys, man. You know what I mean? And it's the best way to go about things. You know what I mean? Salute to my guy, Jarvis LaFleur. What up, Jarvis? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you, bro. Always a pleasure. I hope you and your family and everybody is doing well. My guy, Jarvis. Yeah. Salute. And shout out to everybody in the chat. If I missed your name and you came in, it's not for lack of trying. There's a lot of different names coming in and out. Salute to all you guys. Donald DiMicelli in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support and love that you show me and show the show and show the panelists on the show. Like I said, we're all a community. We do this all together. Shout out to Bogle. I think you're new to the show, new to the chat and subscribership. So thank you. Once again, guys, please hit that like button. Show your love if you can. It looks a little something like this if you haven't seen it already. I mean, I'm sure you have. Yeah, continue to show your love. Subscribe. you know, as a show, you know, we continue to grow. If you want to donate super chats and stuff, by all means, feel free. There's a Cash App, you know, Still Nick Fans is there, you know. It's always you know, out there if that's what you want to do. Or if you just want to support by being a member of the show, you click join and you got the membership intervals, the $1.99, the $4.99, the $9.99. Nobody's forcing you to do that. I'm just telling you, this is what every show, once you get, you know, to the point of being able to monetize, has available to them. And so we appreciate all the love and support that you show the show, as well as the content that Still Nick Fans puts out. If you want to know how to catch more Still Nick Fans, you know, we out here, man. We are out here. You can check us out on Saturdays for the Know the Ledge at 11:30 a.m. Today I had to push the show back a little bit, but usually at 11:30. Thursdays at 8:30 for the NBA wrap up. You know what I mean? Which we're now changing the show around. It's being split on two different networks. So we're doing the NBA part at 8:30 on Nothing But Knicks, and then we're doing the wrap up part, which we may even, you know, add a little something to all the graphics and stuff for that. We're doing the wrap up part on the front stoop. So if you haven't checked out that channel, please do check out the front stoop. Really good content. You won't be disappointed. I think there's a lot of stuff that you'll definitely love to see out there at the front stoop. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys kind of, if you haven't already checked it out, you know what it looks like. You know how to subscribe. So if you want to support us and continue to do things that helps our show here, you can do that by subscribing to the front stoop and supporting Simeon Russell and everything he's got going on. Also, Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with John and Jose. So that's me, my brother John, and my brother Jose on the ones and twos for SKF Weekly. As I always say, tell a friend who tells another friend. Still Nick Fans will be back again. So please continue to support us. Can't do it without you guys, man. You guys don't understand how important it is, what you guys mean to all of us, myself, John, and Jose included. So thank you to everything, and thanks for all your support. So I'm out of here, guys. That's pretty much it. Listen, let's go Knicks, man. I think this should be a win tonight. I'll be really disappointed if they don't win, but they better win tonight. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. JJ Boulevard. Thank you. Mega. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Mega. Yeah, Craig said hit that like. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Get something, you know, something to chill with. I don't know if the weather has started to get bad. I think this storm is kind of delayed. I don't know what type of storm this is that that's not storming. It's the storm that didn't happen so far. But we'll see. We'll see, guys. So take care. I'll catch you on the next one. Let's go Knicks, man, and let's see what they do. I don't know. I kind of still think they're gonna chill and keep, you know, letting this team play for a little bit before they decide to make another move. But I know that it's definitely on the horizon. If they feel the need, they'll do it. We out of here.